Hello, motherfuckers, and welcome to the Plam Chowder podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Episode 11 of the Plam Chowder podcast, season 2. Let's go.
How the fuck is everybody doing tonight, huh?
Yo, shout out to Buchanan's. They are fueling our podcast tonight.
Yeah, we kind of strayed away from the proper 12. We spent a little bit more on Buchanan's, and honestly, it's pretty fucking good. But it does sort of taste smoky like hot dogs. Does it not taste like hot dogs to you?
It is a little bit smoky. I hadn't had Buchanan's since like Mexico, so it's been a minute.
Definitely been a minute. Tonight, we're going to kick it off pretty smooth, and we're going to just get right to it.
Yeah.
We know we got a big following in France.
Shout out to France. Shout out to, we actually have a following in Scotland, England, and Ireland.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, so shout out to you all international motherfuckers.
So, since we got a following in France, I know y'all hate American tourists, and we kind of want to just kick it off with some stereotypes on maybe why you do that, but why you guys hate American tourists.
Yeah, so I was on Reddit the other day, and they had like that Ask Reddit thing, and it was like, oh, what are some of the American stereotypes? And this is like the most upvoted thing. So I just thought it was hilarious, and I feel like for people that aren't in the States, you really want to know what the fuck's going on here. So one of the stereotypes is you drive unnecessarily big cars. You are afraid that if you get into an accident with a bigger car, you will die. So everyone tries to have the bigger car around, leading to people driving trucks just to commute 3 miles to work.
Hey man, that's actually really true. And it was really bad when people had Hummers. You remember that shit?
Oh, bro, when they redesigned the Hummer and they made it like a little bit smaller. Yeah.
Yeah, but you had like a million people just driving these army vehicles around to get groceries, and it was stupid. Yeah. What else have we got on there as far as stereotypes?
You make everything fat free and add sugar instead.
Damn, bro, if it wasn't true. We are some fat people. It's honestly, it's hard to not be fat in America. Like you have to actively go out of your way and change your whole everything you do.
Oh yeah. Well, let me say one more before we get into the topic. So it says, it is very hard to eat healthy in the U.S. Fast food is cheaper than groceries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, for example, past few days, I think it's just the convenience factor too. In Europe, you have a million options to just go sit down and have like a little nice meal or whatever that's cooked and it's real food. Or here, for example, when I'm working and I got like a little cool 30 minutes or 40 minutes where I'm like, all right, I don't have to do shit right now and I'm kind of hungry. I don't feel like cooking. There's a million options. It's all fast food. I can't just go get something healthy. It's just something quick. And Burger King, if you didn't know.
Burger King.
I was at Burger King at 3 p.m. on like a Thursday or something?
That is the saddest story already.
Dude, I got so much shit from the group chat because
3 p.m., bro. That's when you gotta re-examine your entire life, bro.
Well, and it's because I was pissed off because they ran out of ranch. And I'm like,
oh my God.
I'm like, how does Burger King run out of ranch before 3 p.m.? And then all my friends are like, what the fuck are you doing at Burger King at 3 p.m.? What's wrong with you? And that, it really hit me. What am I doing at Burger King at 3 p.m.? And you know what's even crazier? Bro, you get to Burger King, they got crazy deals. Crazy deals. You can get 2 huge hamburgers for $6.
Oh, yeah.
Mix and match them.
Oh,
whatever you want, B.
Yep.
You want the Impossible Whopper? You want the regular Whopper?
Oh, fuck Impossible Burger.
It's actually really good.
Go fuck yourself. Impossible Burger.
$6. And then, this is the fucking kicker, man.
Oh, okay.
8-piece chicken nuggets for $1. $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
I said, give me fucking 16 of them things. You know what? Give me 24 of them things.
I'll break a 5 for that.
Just keep them coming.
Oh my God.
And I don't even think it's real chicken, man. It can't be.
Oh God. So like in I think in Australia they call it Hungry Jacks, but that's the equivalent of Big Burger King. But I guess to like paint the picture for
hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Hungry Jacks
Hungry Jacks
is the equivalent of Burger King.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess they couldn't clear the name, so they called it Hungry Jacks.
Wow, that's strange. All right.
Yeah. So to paint the picture to like Europeans, it's not necessarily that like it's cheaper to buy fast food. It's just more convenient. Like you can still go to the grocery store and buy fresh vegetables and you can get them for pretty cheap, but you got to go out of your way. And the thing about the way we're wired here in America, it's just boom, boom, boom. You got to wake up. You got to go to work. You got to you have no time to fucking wipe your own ass. So it's more a matter of convenience that we can literally stay in our big ass cars that you guys, the big ass trucks that we're all on. We can literally fit that through the drive-through, get our food and just continue going. And it's just like, you don't have to cook. You don't have to do anything. It's a matter of convenience. So, and again, it's fairly inexpensive.
Yeah, man. It's just so bad. Every day I'm like, I'm never eating this shit again. And then the next day I'm sitting there in the fucking drive-through.
Yeah.
With my money out. And
here's another thing.
You can't escape it.
Yeah.
Unless you want to cook, but cooking requires effort, and then you got to go to the grocery store to get ingredients.
Right.
It's the thing. Okay. There's the thing I miss about Europe is I feel like people in Europe just have way more time to do everything. It's kind of just like your time sort of flows. Here, it's like, nope. I got 30 minutes here and 30 minutes there, and it's a hard fucking stop until I got to do some other shit,
Yeah, sometimes your job, the minimum is 30-minute lunch or 45 minutes. Very rarely you have employers that do an hour lunch. So it's like some people don't really have the time to unless you prepare your meals ahead of time.
Well, what's stupid about that? So technically, we don't even have a lunch time. I could take pretty much as long as I want. I could take an hour and a half. It doesn't matter. But we don't really have time for that shit. Like sometimes we don't even have time to eat lunch. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
You're literally working through lunch to get shit done.
Yeah. It's like I'm lucky if I even get to have time to have a lunch.
Right.
And I think that's the difference between, this is a weird thing in the corporate world. Like people just don't fucking take lunches. They just work.
Yeah. They drink Soylent.
Yeah. I tried that for a day in San Francisco and I was like, fuck this.
Dude, when back in when I worked in the city, county executive and all that, sometimes the only way you could reach a decision maker was during lunch because that's when they took their lunch. So instead of skipping lunch, I would work through lunch, and I bought a month's supply of Soylent, and it was the powder form. So you would mix it at work, and I drank it for a week straight, and my body just hated me, and it started to reject it because it was so it's
not food.
It's like it has all the necessities as a meal replacement, but it's not sustainable.
No, man, it just doesn't cut it. You get hungry, man. I tried Soylent one time because I've heard so many things about it. Number one, it's super expensive. At least I wasn't buying the powder. I was buying
the drinks.
Yeah, the drinks at 7-Eleven or
they're
whatever.
$4 to $5.
They're $5.
Yeah.
And they're not that big.
Yeah. And it's supposed to replace a meal.
Yeah. And I remember I drank one and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Dude, I'm starving still.
Yeah.
And this tasted like shit. I hated everything about the experience. Yeah. So anyways, point being,
we're just busy. We're on the go. We're
just fucking fat.
We're fat because we're busy and we're lazy and we like convenience. And yes, it doesn't make sense to put sugar. We put sugar free, but then we just put shit that's that replaces sugar, but it's worse for our body than just like drinking Diet Coke is worse for you than just drinking regular Coke.
Look, and not only is all this shit bad for you, but it really does make you feel like shit, and it fucks with your everything you do in life. Because I've eaten clean for like long periods of time. I notice when I'm eating clean, I have a lot more energy. Like my brain works better. I think faster. I'm like more creative. When I'm eating all this slop that's fast food and just like processed food and shit, I feel sluggish. Like,
yeah.
I'm just not productive. I'm fucking tired all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a big toll on you.
Yeah. And like, you know, you could buy like a large pizza for like $5.
Oh, don't get me started.
And here's the thing, like people that are like broke, like that can sustain you for a while. Or like, you know, if you have a family that you got kids to feed, it makes more sense to go to Little Caesars and buy a pizza than like go to the grocery store and spend way more money for less food. You know what I mean?
It tastes so good. It tastes so it just tastes so good. Dude, it's like kryptonite.
All right. Let me ask you this. What is the time frame for you eating the pizza before it goes to shit? Little Caesars.
Oh, man. Okay. So I actually like this question. You got to just shovel it down your fucking pie hole as much as you can while it's still hot. Because I think that's the only time that it actually tastes amazing. And then after that, you got like that night after you feel like shit and you're like feeling hella guilty and you're like, I'm just not going to eat for the rest of the day. I'm going to skip breakfast tomorrow to like even out these calories. That night you're going to get hungry. And
it's going to be cold.
But here's the thing. You can put it in the toaster oven and it still tastes good. If not, you throw it in the microwave, it still tastes okay.
Yeah.
But if you give it more than 24 hours, just fucking toss that thing.
Oh, yeah. It's straight up cardboard after 24 hours.
Yeah. And then what happens is it just sits there and
it gets petrified. It's like petrified wood.
Yeah.
At that point.
You have like 2 slices left in the box, but you don't want to throw it away.
Yeah. I've been there. We've all been there.
Because in your head, you're like, no, I'll still eat that.
It's like, that's fucking breakfast.
Yeah.
Like I used to do this thing where it's like I used to buy like 2 of them, and I would eat as much as I can, like that whole day, and then the next day I'd be like, here we go, here we go, and I don't know why I had this weird thing for like hot coffee and cold pizza, and it would be a little bit tough to get through because like it's Little Caesars and it's like it gets really hard and it's like it's kind of like cardboard at that point.
And you don't realize. See, here's the thing. You paid you bought 2, you paid $12 for those pizzas, right?
Yes, sir.
Not a lot of money, but you don't understand the price you're paying that whole week.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Your productivity is gonna go to shit. You're gonna feel fucking guilty, which fucks with your confidence at work or whatever. Like it's just everything, man.
I mean, as far as productivity, absolutely not, because I'm literally eating in the morning. I don't have to worry about eating for like another couple hours. I might have a few slices left. Like I'm basically fed for like a day or 2. You know what I mean? When I buy a Little Caesar. But as far as like the feeling effect, I feel like a piece of shit. I do feel like a piece of shit when it's like not when you eat it the first time when it's hot and fresh, but like.
Yeah, when you're eating it cold and warming it up.
It's like when you like, I don't know, when you go to the club and you're drunk and you bring a bitch home, you fuck her, you feel great, you wake up the next day and you're like, oh my God, what the fuck did I fuck?
And imagine she has to like live with you for 2-3 days.
Yeah, you got to pass that.
Man,
in the Oval Office.
This is gonna get us fucking canceled.
Oh, we'll get there. I want to address like a few more stereotypes and then we can get there.
Yeah.
Image is everything. You will bankrupt yourself so that your neighbor will think you're rich. You won't be seen in buses because you think it makes you look poor.
This is 100% true, I think, in this country.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I've fallen victim to it in the past. I think everybody has at one point. But recently I've been doing the complete opposite. I've been living like I'm a fucking bum and I'm poor, but I've just been stacking bread.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you think that this has been heavily fueled in recent times because of social media?
100%. Yeah. And so back in the day, they had that saying, keeping up with the Joneses. The Jonesies.
Yeah, is that like a TV show? I don't know what the fuck.
Keep up with the Jonesies.
What the fuck is that? I'd never understood what that was.
Got to keep up with the... Anyways, so you got to keep up with the Jonesies in these days on social media. So like you see all these people doing all this shit or like rocking nice clothes or, you know, getting a new car or fucking getting a promotion, whatever the fuck it is, right? Like there's a million things and it's bombarding you all day and night and you're getting it from multiple people in your social circle, even people that you don't really fucking talk to, but it's just like in your face all the time, right? So you feel like you got to beat all these people for some strange reason. I see a lot of people fall victim to it and they're just trying to keep up and everything they do becomes just them doing it to kind of like be like, hey, I'm doing it better than you on social media, you know?
You're trying to stunt on people.
And I noticed that I think like maybe like a year ago is when it really hit me how stupid all this was. And that's when I took off to Europe and I kind of like bummed it around the world for a little bit and lived like a bum, lived out of my backpack, which was amazing. And ever since then, I'm like, fuck material shit.
Yeah.
Because I went from having, you know, an apartment like just full of shit I don't need to literally getting rid of like 80% of my stuff.
Well, yeah, you had that realization because you literally have like a backpack or some luggage and that's all you're carrying for a couple weeks, a couple months, and then you start to realize like how liberated you feel and how stupid that, you know, when you look back at your apartment and it's like full of shit that you don't need and you're just like, wow, like we're being sold this big lie here in the States.
Huge lie. And so this is actually a good topic because I remember a while back, way before all this shit happened, I saw a documentary on minimalism. Just people that basically live with like the bare necessities. But these people kind of take it to the extreme and they literally have like 4 t-shirts or,
oh yeah,
you know, whatever.
They wear like the same thing every day. They just have like a different, like it's a new t-shirt, but it's the same color. What do you know, whatever the case may be.
Yeah. They kind of take it to the extreme, but the lifestyle and kind of like the mentality for some reason stuck with me in my head. And yeah, when I left my apartment, I got rid of like 80% of my shit. And now I try to keep it to like, I only want to own things that I actually use.
Yeah.
On
a consistent basis.
Yeah, I don't want to see a daily basis, but yes, consistent
basis. Yeah, like once a week or, you know.
Right. Because, bro, like, why do we need all this shit?
We don't. But we've been sold this big idea that we do need, and we need to keep buying it because that makes us feel good.
Yeah, and it's funny because I remember a few people would ask me like, "Why do you wear like these black shirts all the time or like whatever?" Because I went and bought, so I found these really good quality shirts.
Uniqlo or
no? They're a brand called like 32 Degrees or something like that. And I found these shirts that were just like fucking incredible quality, man. They never shrink. They never get fucked up. Like they always fit perfectly. And I went and bought like 12 of the same shirt. Right?
Yeah.
Same color. And so every day I just wear the same shirt, but it's like a new shirt. And I'll just wear it with like different pants or whatever the fuck, you know, like different shoes or something.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, you kind of like always wear like sort of the same thing." And I'm like, yeah, because I remember seeing something that Steve Jobs was talking about where he would wear the same shit every day.
Yep. New Balance jeans and a turtleneck.
Right. And the reason he did that was because it's just like one less thing to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he was right, because who gives a fuck about what you're wearing? All right, it's about what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
And I just I just wanted to be comfortable and sort of just not have to worry about that shit. Like, that was just one less thing to worry about. Obviously,
that's like a bot thought.
no, but hold on. Like, it's obviously I have like other clothes for like occasions. And
Yeah.
But my everyday like just go to
Yeah.
is just that, man. Because I don't want to have to worry about, especially now, you know?
Yeah. I mean, everybody's working from home, so who gives a fuck what you look like?
Exactly. So I like to keep it very simple, very fucking simple.
Yeah.
And that it's just one less thing I have to worry about. And it's just, it looks clean, it looks simple, nothing flashy. Like David Cho said. David Cho, he said that all a guy needs is a nice haircut, a nice watch, a good pair of shoes. That's it. That's all a guy needs.
Yeah.
Whereas he said, go to the fucking Chinese flea market, buy yourself, a 12-pack of t-shirts, some pants. That's what you're rocking. Like, don't focus on clothes. He's like, don't ever spend money on clothes. That's the stupidest shit ever. He said, focus on getting money and grinding and like working. But like, don't spend money on clothes because it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I understand both arguments. I understand that some people feel the need to express themselves, and that's where they can do it with their fashion and their how they dress and how they express themselves out to the public. I totally understand that argument. And it's like, if you're in those type of industries, like, I get you, but for the people that are running things, like, you look at all the CEOs, and they're not wearing Gucci, they're not wearing Prada, they're not wearing Balenciaga, they're not wearing all this shit. They're wearing the same shit every fucking day because they got way more bigger shit to worry about than what the fuck they look like. And I've been there where I've spent so much time like deciding what I'm gonna wear today. And I hate that when I was growing up, like in schools, that they didn't enforce a uniform, because it would have saved, I think, everybody just the pressure of like trying to fit in, or like feeling like you're broke, or like feeling like you're not in the cool crowd because of what you're wearing. Like, I remember when we were growing up,
that would separate everybody.
I remember, dude, I felt so much pressure to have like the cleanest kicks. I had to rock like Echo, or like like Fat Farm, or like you had to rock like those expensive brands. And we're fucking kids, man. We're in middle school. I feel like middle school was like that. For me, I hated middle school because it was all about appearances. It was all about image. And it's just like, I should be worrying about my studies. I should be worrying about getting good grades. I shouldn't have to be worrying about what I'm wearing and getting ridiculed for what I'm wearing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially when your parents were broke as shit. And like, dude, you got to think about it. A nice pair of shoes, like a pair of Jordans or something. They're like $100. It's like, my parents were not gonna fucking spend $100 on the shoes.
Especially if I'm fucking running through the grass and shit, playing on the fucking blacktop, or you know what I mean.
And if they did, hey, guess what? Those are the fucking shoes I'm wearing every day
for like a fucking year.
Right, man.
Straight up, man. Like,
so it defeats the purpose.
I remember one time I convinced my mom to buy me Jordans when I was in elementary school, because I saw them at Big Five. I'm like, I need these. And my sister, she was vouching. She's like, yeah, he needs to get the J's. Bro, I fucking played soccer in them every fucking day. Yeah. They were ruined within like the first fucking week. Cause like I was too busy having fun being a kid. But I knew that the J, like the brand and it was fly at the time. We're talking about the 90s, man. It's like J was on top of the world, man.
Yeah, man. But these days, I feel like a lot of people spend just way too much time giving a fuck on their outfit or whatever they're wearing.
But you also have to ask the question, like, who are these people looking up to? Celebrities, rappers, artists, like, and these people are all flaunting all that flossy shit.
Well, bro, it's like, I personally know girls that like don't have good jobs. They spend their whole paychecks on fucking like Gucci or Louis or whatever, and they're rocking this designer shit, but they're broke. You know?
There's a Kanye lyric about that shit.
Yeah.
It's like you got like a Gucci bag but no money in it.
Yeah, and it's like I don't get that, man. I'd rather just dress modestly and stack money. But that's just me. I don't know. Everybody's like feel free to do their thing, but
another part of that you won't be seen in buses because people think that it'll make you. So the public system unfortunately has failed us here in the United States. It's not as efficient as it is in Europe or in other parts of the world where like the trains are really fucking on point, never late. The buses are like, like when it comes to like buses and public transportation in the States, it's not as efficient, and that's why we would just rather drive because it's a shit show.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where you live out here too. So if you live in a city like San Francisco, it kind of doesn't even make sense to have a car. But the majority of the United States is you have to have a car to get pretty much anywhere, and taking Ubers is just going to be way too fucking expensive. It actually makes more sense to buy a car at that point than to take Ubers. So that's something that Europe probably can't understand. But the whole taking the bus thing just to like avoid looking broke, I think that's fucking stupid. I think anything you do to avoid looking broke is stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
Because I would rather, like I said, I would rather cheap out and save money and stack bread and have way more money than all these people that are just like trying to stunt on everybody. But at the end of the day, they're the broke ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. We're going to talk about the cancel culture coming up next after this quick message.
Fuck with our content? Support this podcast with a small monthly donation to help sustain future episodes. We appreciate it, you fucking simps.
Plam Chowder.
And
we
are back.
Is that a new one? You got a new little jingle there or what?
I'm always mixing things up, man.
This guy's always in the lab. He does a good job.
Yeah, bro. Dissecting this shit after recording. Mad lab, mad scientist, always up to new things.
Hell yeah.
Let's talk about Chris Delia.
Holy shit. It's been a wild week for cancel culture.
It's been a wild week for Chris Delia.
I think Chris Delia right now is maybe hiding in a cave somewhere. I don't know, man. I haven't heard a peep from him since all this shit went down.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, he has been accused of talking to underage girls.
Which, so, I don't know. It might be legit. We really don't know yet.
We don't know shit, but he hasn't said shit, so that makes it worse.
I really hope it's not true, man. Chris Delia, I fucking love his podcast. I've been a fan of his podcast and his like stand-up material for many, many years. So, it just would really suck if, all his career just went down the toilet because some shit,
Hey, bro, but he fits the he fits like the description of like a pedophile. Like he's kind of creepy looking, and he has played that role in The Workaholics. In fact, that was like one of my favorite episodes when it was like
he literally played a pedo twice or 3 times actually.
To Catch a Predator. He played that in Workaholics.
Hold on. So real quick, we need to talk about this cancel culture shit.
Yeah, straight up.
It's gone too far. Look, they're going too far with this, man. Like they're just digging up dirt on people from years and years and years ago and just going after them. And it's like, I think they're doing it now because everybody's all riled up with the BLM stuff and, everything going on in the country. The Chris Delia thing was like sort of legit, which I'm like, okay, whatever. But when I knew they were going too far was when they started going after Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz.
What a coincidence. He just signed like a fucking multi-million-dollar deal with Spotify. All of a sudden, everything's coming out of the woodwork. How convenient.
They dug up a video that's literally over 10 years old.
It's like when he first started it.
Bro,
right?
yeah. Like he didn't even have a studio. If you watch the video, I think they're just chilling in like Joe Rogan's living room or something. Back before like he even had, like when he was first starting his podcast, you know, before it was like barely a thing. And back then we didn't really have this PC culture. It was just kind of like a free for all. Anything kind of flies, you know?
Yeah, everything was new.
Like
podcasting was new.
It was new, but it was also a different time.
Yeah.
You know, you could say certain things back then that was just considered normal that you could, if you would to say it now, it'd be like super offensive. Not to say that it's okay or whatever the fuck, but it was just a different time. And these people dig up this old ass fucking video of Joey Diaz telling one of his crazy stories, which, to be honest, is not even that crazy because this dude has been telling crazy stories every fucking day for the last 10 years. That's all he does is tell crazy stories. That's his whole career.
Yeah.
You know?
He's a fucking comedian, entertainer.
Right. Like,
this is your job. This is what you do.
This dude says crazy shit. That's his thing. He says crazy shit. And he doesn't give a fuck, you know? And they're over here trying to cancel Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz. So last night, and then just some backstory, me and Jaime had actually met Joey Diaz at...
we went to the Improv in San Jose. He did some stand-up comedy, and man, that shit was fucking funny as fuck.
He fucking murdered his set. And after the show, Joey Diaz, being like such a dope ass dude that he is, was just hanging out with the fans after and shooting the shit. And we got to meet him. We took some pictures and whatnot. And I think you actually met him while you were taking a leak.
I went to go take a piss before he went up on stage. He had his opener. And I get out of the bathroom. He's just chilling in the fucking lobby, like just ready to go up. And you could tell he had fucking done something, like weed or some shit. I was like, Uncle Joey. He's like, yo, keep it cool. I'm about to go on, cocksucker. I'm like, yo, you a fucking real one, bro. Looks like fucking Fred Flintstone and shit.
He's a real dude, man.
He's a real ass dude.
And he's an OG, and like the guy's had a really crazy past, and he's not afraid to talk about it. He talks about it openly.
Yeah.
On Joe Rogan's podcast all the fucking time. He literally tells stories of when he was like hooked on drugs, and he tells stories about kidnapping people and shit, man. Like he doesn't care.
Dude, he was talking about how he used to sell dope to like fucking Ricky Martin and Whitney Houston and shit. Like, yo,
yeah.
Like that's crazy.
So it's like, come on, man. That's just, you don't know who Joey Diaz is if you're surprised by that stupid video they released. Which, anyways, so besides the point, yesterday I tweet a picture that I took with Joey Diaz that night on one of Joey Diaz's threads, because last night, you know, I feel like maybe he was drinking or he was smoking or something. He was up pretty late. It was around like a little past midnight, and he was dropping a bunch of tweets, and I dropped that picture in his comment thread, and he tweeted it. He tweeted it out to all his followers. The dude's got like 1 million fucking followers, man. That my picture, like me, went out to 1 million people, and it's basically like me saying,
I got your back.
No, that's why I said I got your back, Joey, Uncle Joey.
Yeah.
And dude, this morning I woke up and it was like half and half. Half the people were like, fuck yeah. And then half the people were like, you're a fucking...
Wait. So let me ask you this. How many impressions did you have?
I mean, the last time I checked, it was over 20,000.
That's fucking insane.
I could check it again. Let's actually check it again, to be honest. I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah, Twitter's fucking crazy because literally you have the power right now to tweet at your whatever favorite artist, favorite celebrity, favorites, and they might read it and they might respond to you. That is the power of Twitter.
Oh wow, I think he deleted it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
I can't find it anymore.
Wow.
Hold on. Let me
Yeah. Hold on. I might be able to find it because I liked it earlier.
Oh no.
Oh, it's right there.
It's right here. Oh no, I got it right here. No, but he deleted the one that he made.
No, it's still there.
Is it?
Yeah. It's got 804 likes.
Okay, so I'm looking at the impressions for my tweet. It has 23,911 impressions and 19,720 impressions, and it's still going up because I just saw the number go up in front of my eyes. Or sorry, total engagements.
Engagements, yeah.
Yeah. Which is fucking insane, bro. That's like 20,000 people that
Just saw it
and yeah.
as they were like scrolling on Twitter.
Right, and you saw it. You didn't even know about it.
I didn't even know about it. I went to sleep. I woke up in the morning and I see Joey Diaz fucking replying to my cousin like, I know you got my back. I'm like, what the fuck happened last night, bro? God damn. But it's just like fucking crazy because I was looking into that thread and looking into like Joey Diaz, and some people are legit responding like, I didn't even know who he was until like you guys started to try and cancel him. Which goes to show how fucking bullshit this fucking movement is to begin with, because people are getting mad at things that they're just finding out about right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't even know who he is.
They don't even know who he is, but we know that we have to hate him because he said something in fucking 2004.
Right.
And that's the fucking, like, let me find some dirt on you, motherfucker, from 10 years ago. We're not fucking saints. Nobody's a fucking saint, okay?
We all used to say crazy shit, man, on Facebook and all that stuff, dude. It's so this morning, half the comment replies on that thread were like, "Hell yeah, like we got your back. We're all for it or whatever." And then the other half were people like, "Oh, you're defending a rapist. Like I'm writing a story for the fucking New York Times." About rapists and their apologists. Can I use
your photo?
Yeah, and it's just, and then one guy was, this shit actually made me laugh, bro. One guy was talking about me in the picture, and he said he looks like he's pissed his pants till he was 17, or like pissed the bed till he was 17 or something like that. And that fucking made me die, man, because kind of like gave me some insight on how all these celebrities and all these like high profile people, whenever they just get shit on in comments, they must just look at it and just laugh.
Until it affects your money, though.
I mean, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all fun and jokes until you get fucking canceled on like, you know, like the big boys. You know, you look at like Louis C.K., like he hasn't been able to book a show in a minute. You look at like Aziz, his show on Netflix got canceled, and you know what I mean? Like it will affect you if it's like, if you're, I don't know, I guess you're caught with your pants down.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it was kind of like sort of a scary moment waking up this morning and people were like, you're fucking supporting rapists and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, holy fuck, man. This shit went out to like 1 million people.
Yeah. I just think it's like, what is there to gain? Okay, that's my question. Is like, what is there to gain from this? Like, all right, cool. You're exposing people that have done shit wrong in the past. And something like, don't get me wrong, some of this shit's fucked up, man. Like, you know, I've been watching like Epstein and all these fuckers. And like, yeah, they've been doing some fucking sketchy shit and getting away with it for years. But it's like, yo, like, comics? Like, we're going after comics right now? You guys are going after these? Dude, these guys aren't even in, like, power. Like, you should be looking into people that are in power. Like, these guys are trying to entertain us to get through these fucking bullshit times. And you know what? Comics spit the most fucking truth right now, bro. Like, fucking Dave Chappelle, he posted, like a something on YouTube, and it was, like, he was just talking about, like, the shit that was going on right now. And it just goes to show that the realest people are comics. Like, that is where you get your straight facts. You're not getting it from the news. You're not getting it from social media. You're getting it from fucking entertainers, bro. That's when you know shit's fucked.
Agree.
Look at like George Carlin. Like, he was spitting truth for fucking years, bro.
Yeah.
That is still being used today to like explain the way shit's fucked right now. And it's like, bro, comics are so underrated. these are the last people you want to cancel because they're the last true hope of like actual freedom of speech and like truth.
They're the only ones that have the creative freedom to basically say whatever the fuck they want, but
Yeah.
like, and that gives them the ability to, tell the truth and say some real shit, because no one else really can do that because it'll fuck their career up or whatever. But you can't really like blame a comic for saying crazy shit because they're a comic,
Yeah.
Except nowadays, apparently you can. Because everybody's going after comics, and it makes no sense to me because it's like you guys are literally like, you can't take a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Dude, I did not know there was this many people in this country that just can't take a joke.
Who goes to a stand-up show and gets offended? Who?
Apparently a lot of people. Because, because you see it all happen all the time. People go to stand-up shows and the comic will be telling some like really racy shit and make some like dirty ass joke, and people get offended.
That's fucking. Why would you go?
How?
Why would you go to know like you're gonna get into some shit?
How miserable of a person do you have to be where you can't just laugh and just take a fucking joke? It's a joke. It's obviously a joke,
Right.
You think when Dave Chappelle was talking about there being a little baby on the corner selling weed?
Oh yeah.
You think he's fucking serious?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And some people, dude, there's people out there that are like, this is offensive because you're talking about babies and promoting them minors selling drugs. And it's like, go fucking kill yourself.
Yeah. What the fuck's wrong with you? This is satire. This is the whole point, is to like make you upset and like make you laugh.
Man, these people must have had a shitty childhood.
I just don't like the direction we're going in, because it's like everyone's trying to get their voice in, and there's a lot of injustice in this country. There's no denying that. There's a lot of shit going on right now, riots and protesting, and like, yo, like we fucking get it, bro. But don't take this and start to piggyback on it, take advantage of the situation, and start to just ruin people's lives because you have this platform now. It's like, yo, like shit's already shitty, man. Like,
yeah, now you're gonna take comedy from us. Come on now.
yeah, it's like,
that's all we got.
I just wanted, like, again, like I said earlier, it's like, all right, if we were to take the time, obviously, like, we don't know who the fuck you are because you didn't make anything of yourself. If we were to take the time to like look into your past and see what the shit that you've done, you'd be on the fucking hot seat right now too, because no one's fucking perfect, man. And I don't understand where these fucking people are coming from with their fucking high horse thinking that they're better than people. All they're trying to do is bring down people that have succeeded in life, and they hate that.
Yeah, man. I think it comes down to, it's like that SJW mentality. I think a lot of people are just so angry and miserable that their only enjoyment that out of life these days is literally fucking up other people's lives and just complaining. And it's fucking sad, man. It's sad because and it's actually kind of funny because they're trying to cancel Joe Rogan and they're trying to cancel Joey Diaz, and they don't give a fuck, dude. They don't give a dude. He
just secured a deal for like what, $100 million a year on Spotify.
Well, Rogan just hasn't been saying shit because he's bigger than that.
Right.
He just doesn't care,
Yeah.
And you can tell he doesn't care, and he's talked about it so many times. But Joey Diaz literally he's just making fun of them. He's like, oh, you think that story was bad? Listen to this story.
Yeah, listen to this shit.
Listen to this story of me talking about fucking a chick with no legs or something. Whatever he posted today. And it's like, dude, thank you, man, because fuck these people,
Yo, we got some more topics coming up. We're going to take another quick break.
Plam definition. The act of slamming a man's head into your pussy by grasping the ears of the man and pulling face towards pussy at a high rate of speed has been known to leave a pussy-shaped imprint on the dumb motherfucker's face.
And we're back. It's gotten to the point where we're literally writing down topics on our iPhone because we come up with great conversations throughout the week, and we like legit hold off on them until we're in the studio.
Yeah. Sorry. By the way, if anybody out there like has random topics that they want to talk about, feel free to email us.
Oh yeah. Right now we want to collab with our fans and our listeners. Yo, if you want to talk about fucking, is it right to fuck an amputee? Then let's fucking talk about it. Like, I don't give a fuck about what the topic is. I want people to cancel us. I want to get to that platform where like people want to fucking know who we are and be like, yo, I hate these people.
Yeah, no, seriously. I want this to be a platform for anything goes. You know what I mean? Like I want it to be crazy ass stories, just crazy shit.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck you want to talk about, it doesn't matter. We don't care if we get canceled. We'll let it fly.
It can be illegal activity because we're about that shit.
And we actually we have some guests that are lined up that are going to be telling us some pretty crazy stories to the point where we have to provide them aliases and keep them anonymous because
straight up
it can get them in a lot of legal trouble.
I wanted to talk about this because we're both single. A hot girl with a kid.
The starter pack.
We call that the starter pack, or the what was the fucking other one? The fixer upper.
The fixer upper. Look, you come across these every now and then, and there's gonna be people out there that are gonna blow steam up our ass saying that we're misogynistic. No, we're just fuck you guys. We're talking about it. All right,
we're talking about it.
Look, there's a lot of really hot girls out there that have kids, but they're single. Why are they single? I don't know. Maybe they're crazy.
They got some baggage.
And that's the thing, you know, like
you don't know.
Once you pop one out, once you pop two out, and then there's the dude's not in the picture, it's like if another dude hops in that picture, now he's getting into a whole different game here, you know?
Yeah.
He's already comes with some responsibilities already.
Yeah, so I came across a profile on Bumble the other day, and I had to share it with my boy because she was 18, she was expecting, and she was divorced. And I'm like, yo, and she was, by the way, she was bad. She fucking looked good.
She did.
And I'm just like, yo, check out this fixer upper right over here, bro. Like, look, dude, all that baggage at 18, like a kid on the way, and you're divorced.
That's a lot of baggage. Like, if you're a dude coming into that picture, and I think she was pregnant too.
Yeah, she was expecting. Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, man. That's
but she's bad.
But that's the thing.
And now she's on a dating site, so she's fucking desperate.
So
like I'm just trying to paint the picture here.
So the reason I'm laughing is because I'm kind of in the situation right now where I don't even know how this came about, but I'm talking to this girl who's super hot. She's gorgeous, but 2 kids. You know what I mean?
Oof.
And you know, like I said, who knows? Maybe a little crazy. Who knows? But why not? You know, why the fuck not?
I just think like there's just like you get to a certain age where you start to realize like, yo, there's a lot of hot chicks like floating around that are single, but then you realize why they're single is because they have a fucking kid.
Right.
And like at that point you're willing to like have a compromise. Like, all right, I'm going to have a banging ass girl with probably some fire ass pussy because she hasn't had dick in a while because she has a fucking kid. You know what I mean? Like she has a fucking kid, bro. Like
yeah, she has 2 kids.
Like she's gonna be very, very selective of like who she fucks.
And so look, that's what ran through my head because I'm like, yo, this chick is a dime, right? And the only reason dudes can't get at her is because they're afraid of picking up the responsibilities.
Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of like the price you got to pay. But what's so wrong about that, man? I don't get it. Like, I don't feel like there's no rules to this shit anymore. You know what I mean?
like I'll say this, it's like, yo, if you're at the point in time where you've just been stacking up bread and you're at a point in time where like, yo, I can sustain this, you know what I mean? If she's cool, like I fuck with her and her little nugget kid is cool, like, yeah, why not? Why not go from like nothing to like a fucking family, you know? Cause like that makes sense.
It's a little booster pack.
Little booster pack. You know, you put that kid in front of a PS4 or Xbox and then you just go to town, man.
Yeah.
On the fucking wifey and you just you know what I mean? You give you give the kid a little push pop, you know. You keep the little nugget entertained while you go to town on her mom. and then
It's a little push pop.
little push pop, I don't know what the fuck
otter
kid,
pop.
a little otter pop. Dude, I don't even know what kids eat nowadays, bro.
The fuck is a push pop? Oh my god!
No, you never had a push pop, bro.
Oh no, man.
Bro,
Look,
there's a little you push it from the bottom and it would pop up. It was a little push pop.
look,
man.
we got iPads now. We have PS5s. You know, like it's not that hard to keep a kid entertained. And it's like, unless you're a complete piece of shit, how hard can it be to be a good role model? You know?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And look what you get out of it. Like now you got a wifey who's a dime piece.
Yeah.
And you know, she's locked in because it's like, what else you got? Like you got like, it's like it's almost like a salvage title. It sounds fucked up, but
Yeah. It's attainable. I'm just saying, like, once you get older,
I'm just saying
it's like it's attainable.
look. I'm just saying you shouldn't discriminate on a chick just because she has a kid or two. You know, people make mistakes or whatever the fuck. That doesn't take away from the fact that she's still a beautiful girl and like could be a good person or whatever the fuck. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm down with the cause. And sort of like what you said, bro, like, you know, when you start getting into your 30s, you start valuing different stuff. Like, I've always, you know, for the past few years, I've just been about stacking bread and having like this game plan, right? Unfortunately, you got to sacrifice a lot of stuff for that. So I don't see anything wrong with picking up a female who's got it all, got everything you need, but comes with the price tag. I don't see the big deal.
I think like the other part, like if I want to play the devil's advocate, is like there's got to be something wrong with her. Obviously, she couldn't sustain a relationship with like the baby daddy. So what's wrong with her? I think like for me, that's the first thought that goes in my head. Like, what's wrong with her? She has a kid. She's hot. She's probably fucking crazy.
It's all good. All good with me.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm kind of fucking crazy. Yeah, man. So I wanted to talk about fire. And what I mean by that,
fire.
Men, for some reason, we're infatuated with fire. And I'm talking about literal fire.
Yeah.
All right. Think about it. Last time you were at a barbecue, where were you standing? You were standing around the fire pit.
In front of the fucking grill.
Or in front of the grill. It's a very visceral thing. And the reason I want to talk about this because it brings me back to our last Christmas with our family.
Oh.
Straight up. Now, we have a Mexican family. There's a lot of people involved in these Christmas parties. Sorry, this fucking Buchanan's is hitting, boy.
Smoky.
Look, a lot of people involved in these Christmas parties, and for some reason, all the men in this Christmas party just gravitated to kind of like the outside front yard, and we just started stacking logs. Literally.
We started getting firewood.
We picked a spot and we just started stacking logs. No one told us to do it.
We just did it.
No one was like,
Oh, and it was like raining and shit.
Yeah, it was just like, hey, there's a bunch of dudes out here. We need to build a fucking fire. Like, it's just like, it was like a thing. We just knew we needed to do it.
It's intuition.
All right. And not only that, but we're stacking these logs, and it was a little kind of like, I'd say like misty, sort of like drizzly. So these logs are damp, and we could not get these fucking things lit for the life of us. We spent at least 45 minutes
Trying to just light these motherfuckers.
dude. Yeah, like spending like hell of, everybody's drinking, and we're like, we need to start this fucking fire. Like everybody, that was like the goal of the night, man. Forget about Christmas. Fuck Christmas. We need to light this fire. And after like an hour, I don't know how we did it, but we got that fire going. And once it was going,
We were just staring into it like fucking.
good times ahead. That's when the conversation started happening.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's when everybody's feeling a little toasty from the whiskey and the tequila, and everybody's, you know, talking about their life and their fucking plans and whatever, and catching up. And man, that literally made me think like this is some caveman shit that's ingrained in our brains.
We've always been infatuated by fire, and I don't know why.
I remember as a little kid, we used to live in a trailer park when I was like super little. Like I'm talking about like 6 years old or whatever, you know. And all the other little kids in the trailer park. One time, one of us little motherfuckers got a hold of a lighter, and we like went to somebody's shed and just started lighting shit on fire, bro. And that fire got out of control to the point we almost burned down that fucking trailer.
Oh my god, dude!
Oh.
I got a story for you, but I gotta take a piss real quick.
Yeah, pause it.
Yo, my bad. I fucking broke the rule. I had to break the seal though, really bad. But we were talking about lighting shit on fire.
Sometimes you gotta piss. Oh man, speaking about lighting shit on fire. See, as a little kid,
We don't give a fuck.
dude, you just want to light shit on fire. You remember we were in Mexico, and it was you, me, and my cousin Oscar, and we started a huge fucking fire.
Wait, what? I don't remember this
At
shit.
our grandma's house, and like once it got out of control for a second, like
Dude, I don't remember this.
we thought, dude, bro, we could have burned down the town, man.
Dude, like I just remember like in Mexico, just anything goes. Like you can go to the fucking like a little liquor store and you can buy like a lighter.
Yeah.
And we're like fucking little kids.
Not only that, but they sold you like these crazy firecrackers.
Oh, they call them palomitas.
Yeah. And my cousin Oscar one time,
I already know where it's going.
he had a shit ton of them, like just holding them, I think. And he lit one. And they all started fucking exploding like on him, like while he was holding them, and he couldn't do anything about it. I remember just watching him. He was like a human firework, dude. Like, and then when all the fireworks stopped popping, I remember him blowing this huge cloud of smoke out of his mouth.
I remember, dude. I remember you guys told me like his like fucking like shirt had like holes in them and shit.
It did. Oh man, I miss Mexico,
Dude. Fuck, dude. Just. Dude, I don't know how, but I still like I was able to like bring those back to here. I still have those palomitas.
Yeah, I brought a lot of crazier things back from there to be honest.
But you said you were like back when you were 6, you were like you were lighting shit on fire with like the neighbors.
Yeah, you know, and I think we did that more than once. We almost burned down the shed. So yeah, just like when you're, I don't know. I think as like dudes, we're just infatuated by fire for some reason. That's why we always man the grill.
Well, it goes back to like, all right. So let me paint you the situation. It's us. We're outside. We're cooking the food that everyone's gonna go fucking eat. The fucking wives and the women, they're like little hens. They're in a little circle, just fucking gossiping and you know, they're always talking about whatever the fucking shit they're talking about. and they're setting up all the other fucking ingredients like the fucking salads and the fucking rice and the beans. We're over here bringing the fucking meat, the meat, the entree.
Yeah,
we're over here. We're over here fucking sitting over the fucking grill. Like you got the one guy with the fucking spatula, fucking this is my fucking grill, and everybody else is just swapping fucking stories. And the dirtier the better. Everyone has fucking beer, and it's just like, yo, this is fucking tradition. Like we might not even have that in our like we not even be like aware of this like consciously, but dude, this goes back to the fucking caveman days when the men would go out to hunt. They would fucking try and get a fucking buffalo, and the women would be waiting for us with their fucking ginies all waiting for us, bro. Fucking talking about, oh my God, can't, and then we'd come back with the meat and we'd fucking light the fire and we'd be fucking men.
Yeah, man. And, I feel like we've lost that as a culture almost. Well, not our culture.
Let the men be men, women. Just let the men be men.
Well, that is one thing that I do still love about Mexican culture is, and a lot of people will talk shit about this, the whole machismo thing or whatever. But you know what? That's just how our culture is, man. And it goes back to like a long, long time ago, but it's all ingrained in our culture. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, man. In our culture, men are men and women are women. And
we're supposed to take care of you. Why won't you let us take care of you? That's like the whole thing. That's like our shit.
We're about to get canceled.
I don't give a fuck. and don't get me wrong. I actually am turned on by a woman that's like independent and is about her shit. And like when we go on dates, like she wants to pay for her shit and my shit. And I'm like, yo, I'm about that too. Like you take turns,
Yeah, I agree.
But there's no, at the end of the day, and I don't care what the fuck you say, the bitch wants to get bent over and get fucked. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. When it comes to the bedroom...
Canceled.
yo, when it comes to the fucking bedroom, I don't give a fuck who you are. You want the dick, and you want it fucking... You want the aggression. You need the aggression.
See, yeah, it's like... No one wants to talk about it until it comes down to the bedroom, and then it's okay all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
You don't want a fucking pussy in the bedroom, fucking you missionary style. Fuck that. You want someone that's gonna fucking pull your hair.
I've literally had girls tell me, I don't want you to tell me what to do unless you're fucking me. Unless like while you're fucking me.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show you, it's like, well, why is it okay? Well, to tell you what to do when I'm fucking you, but when I'm like, go make me a sandwich, it's it's wrong. I'm not. Hey, don't cancel me, please.
I don't give a fuck, man. Because like the real women out there will understand that they're not getting piped up right, and they understand where a real man comes from. And like, yo, I'm about that shit.
About that shit. I think what I think we should do. We should get our main man, Caesar, on the line. See if he picks up.
Oh, we're going to get into the celebrity shot.
If he doesn't pick... That's what we're calling it now? Celebrity shot, yeah?
Yeah. But before we get there, because I really want to get there, I want to address one thing that just happened this week in the world of technology, and it's pretty fucking batshit crazy. It was Boston Dynamics. They are selling a fucking DAG called Spot.
What is up with that? Because I've seen that.
It's a fucking robot dog, bro.
I've seen it. And like...
It's $75,000. $75,000.
It looks like... It looks real.
And it's getting to the point where it's like... These things...
Wait, hold on. What's the point of having that? I don't get it.
It's a fucking DAG.
No. But it's not, though.
And it's not going to die.
No, dude, that's just stupid.
And it can,
hold on.
Or for like the disabled people, like it can open doors and all that shit.
No, okay. I think, is it like a novelty thing? Because
straight up.
Because you could turn that shit off. You know?
Can you? I don't know. It's $75,000, bro. I'm pretty sure it has it.
You don't have to feed it.
I'm pretty sure it's got a mind of its own.
Does it go to sleep? Like
I think it has a mind of its own.
Yeah. See, that's what I don't get. It's like, why would I pay $75,000 for this thing that I could just turn off?
Can you?
All right. Well, I don't know, bro. So like, if you can't turn it off, that's way cooler. If it does have a mind of its own, that's way cooler. Then I get it. maybe you gotta like, it's like a Tamagotchi. Remember those things?
Oh yeah.
You gotta do certain things to like feed it or whatever.
No, that's not the case here. I've seen footage of like it roaming around in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco,
And they don't have heads, right?
and it's fucking creepy, bro.
They don't have, but they move really realistic, but they don't have heads, right?
It's got like a fucking thing where it has like a bunch of cameras and sensors and shit. Like it's aware of its surroundings and stuff.
What the fuck, man?
But like we had this thought the other day. It's like, all right, we have like Tesla and these self-driving cars and shit, and there's ways to get around like your hand on the steering wheel. Like if you're fucking belligerent drunk and you get in a car accident, but your car's driving, who is liable?
I mean, as of right now, I think you're still liable.
Yeah.
But in the future, who knows,
In the future, if these things are like taking you home automatically and you're not even the driver's seat, you're in the back seat or whatever, like.
Well, hold on, though. The thing about the robot dog, I think right now it's just another form for like really rich people to stunt on everybody, right? You take your little robot dog to Golden Gate Park and everybody's going to freak out because no one's ever seen some shit like that. Like, oh my God, like what the fuck is that? So, man, it's so crazy. Like that people just have 75 grand to blow just to like stunt on people and get a reaction out of people, because that's really the only reason you'd buy it. Why else would you buy that shit?
You're like a pioneer. You're like, I own a robot dag.
But like, why would you want one? Why wouldn't you just get a real dog? I wouldn't want a fucking robot dog. That's boring as shit.
I think it's just like we don't really understand the capabilities of these things, and we're out here fucking with them, and it's like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's like drones. Like, why would you want a drone? It's like the same thing. And like,
hold on, but let's just say these dogs you can't turn them off. Let's just say they have a mind of their own. It's like AI. Okay, they're aware of their surroundings. They could kind of like navigate all that shit, right? Still, the fuck is the point of having a robot dog other than to like impress or like kind of get a reaction out of other people? Because personally, if let's just say I had the money to where I didn't give a shit and I could have a robot dog, I'd get hella sick of it after like a week. You wouldn't? You're telling me you wouldn't? Like, why am I like, who gives a shit? It's like, I want a real dog.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's not real.
I don't know, man. I just, it's weird. It's just really weird. And the problem is like these things are coming out to the public before legislation can get in order, right? Because let me give you a what if one of these fucking dags, you're over here on fucking you're on Golden Gate Park, you're just minding your own business with this fucking dag, and then out of nowhere it just goes batshit crazy and it fucks up another human being, and you're just like like you're like
I didn't do it.
They're gonna sue you, obviously. You're gonna be the one in trouble. But then you're like, yo, Boston Dynamics, what the fuck are you doing selling this shit to fucking people without even knowing the repercussions of this thing?
But would they sue you or would they sue Boston Dynamics? That's the thing.
Both. Because it's like, yo, you're out here selling this shit and you have no idea this, like what it can do. And it's just like, yo, it's just like, it's going to get to the point where like we're over here. We have companies that are producing this crazy ass shit, this shit that's more advanced than us for even comprehend. Shit goes down. And then it's just like, what the fuck? It's just crazy, man. It's like the self-driving car. Like you can summon it from your phone in a parking lot, but sometimes it doesn't see like the lines and the stops. It sees you. And it just fucking parkours that shit to you, and it might not even fucking see the human being crossing the street. It might, and then they get hit, but you weren't in the vehicle. So then whose fault is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're literally gonna have to start passing legislature on AI.
I'm just
and
saying, like,
robots and
they
stuff.
need to run this by like legislation first before you can fucking put it in your cart and buy it. Like,
We can't even make legislation work for humans. Now we gotta throw robots in the mix.
yeah.
I don't know, bro. I feel like now's not the time to throw robots in the mix. there's just way too much crazy shit going on.
Wouldn't that be the best time to do this?
No, it's the fucking worst time.
No, but like, think about it. If you're a company, there's hella crazy shit going on in the world. Why not add another distraction to the distract? This is the best time to do it because
Bro,
everyone's too distracted.
We're too distracted.
No one's gonna fucking what?
Pass the Buchanan.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm just saying, like, no, this is the best time to do it because everyone's fucking busy with other shit. They see you like sliding in the DMs with, oh shit, there's a fucking robot for sale. Like,
I don't think human beings have ever been this distracted in like the history of fucking human beings ever, man. We have too much shit going on. We got a race war going on. We got this crazy election going on. We have a pandemic going on. Now we got robots to worry about. And every day I feel like it's something new, man.
oh yeah.
It's just some other new thing. And this cancel culture.
Oh
it's just,
man,
it's too much.
it's a perfect shitstorm.
I feel all right. I don't know about you, but I'm getting pretty numb. I'm not getting surprised by things anymore. You know?
Oh yeah, for me at this point, it's like keep it coming. You know, if this is a series finale, then fucking let's fucking go, baby. Like, yo,
It's a serious finale.
all right, let me ask you this while you're pouring up some Buchanans. Have you not had fireworks go off every fucking day
fucking night? Why?
for the fucking last like what?
Like at least a week.
At least a week. Who the fuck has these fireworks?
Where are you getting these fireworks and why?
Why? We're a fucking month off before 4th of July.
Why are people launching off fireworks every night?
And unfortunately, we live in a city where it's like, was that a gunshot or was that a firework?
Every single, well, now I'm kind of like, okay, it was a firework, but no, before that, the first few days, I was like, I don't know, that could have been a drive-by. Who knows?
Straight up, man. Like, dude, there's times where I'm like, yo, that was just like one little bang. That sounds like a fucking gun.
Yeah, it's just too much shit going on, bro. And like, can we just take a break? No, not like from the podcast. Like, I mean, like from life,
like chaos,
like from all this bullshit.
Yeah.
God, it's just like I just need things to calm down for like 10 minutes, man.
It's like, yo, can we just have like a week without like something happening? Like a week. Give me a week.
And it's not only that too. It's like, well, I know a lot of people are not working still, or I don't know what the fuck the deal is with people, but I still have this like super stressful job to do. So it's like a super stressful job on top of some new apocalyptic event happening every fucking day. Just need a break. I need a vacation. And the most fucked up part is I can't even take a vacation because there's nowhere to fucking go anywhere.
Right now, it's like even like all these companies like, oh, you got PTO. Like, well, I'm going to a staycation because I can't fucking go anywhere. The fuck?
I can't do shit. So
where do you want me to fucking go right now? Where the fuck you want me to go right now? The fuck, man? This has been a vacation, kind of. You know, I've been doing my work, but I've also been jacking off like half the time.
It gets to the point. I hope nobody from my job is listening to this, but it gets to the point where if I need to take a day off, I just don't do shit that day.
I mean,
other than like if people like email me or somebody needs, like, I don't know, someone calls me or they need a quick question answered on Slack or whatever, you know, I'll answer them. But for the rest of the day, I'm not doing shit.
Oh yeah, man. Working from home has been the biggest blessing of the coronavirus, and a lot of companies are starting to realize that they can still maximize profits with like maybe a third of the workforce.
Yeah, and no, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I never want to go back to the office. I just, I feel like they got to figure out. They got to figure out like days off and PTO and all this shit. Well,
Yeah.
maybe maybe in the future it'll be fine, but as of right now, it makes zero sense for me to take PTO because
Right.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And if I am going anywhere, it's not gonna be fun, and it's gonna be a waste of my fucking day.
Yeah.
You know, I see people on Instagram and like the social media. Even so, like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been judging a lot of people, man.
Yeah. Let me make sure we're on the same wave thought, but like how quickly you're out to go out in the fucking wild.
Dude, yeah. And not only that, but there's definitely been a ton of people that I could just tell never gave a fuck about the pandemic at all. Like they were just still like doing all the same bullshit. And for some reason, it just happens to be people that I guess aren't allowed to work from home. So like maybe nothing's changed for them. The way it was described to me from my friend who also works in tech, he's like, the way I see it right now, everybody in tech is kind of like hunkering down in these bunkers, and they're little tech bunkers at home. They're nuke bunkers or whatever, and just watching shit go down and just like hiding away and like stacking cash. But all these people that have instantly just gone straight to like every bar since they've opened up.
Like back. They're just like back into like
Dude, yeah, the IG stories went from like no one's still really doing shit to like all of a sudden all these people are like, oh, look at me, I'm at
a bar.
I'm at a bar, and it's like every fucking day they're doing it, every single day.
Damn.
So I'm like kind of judging those people a little bit, you know?
Yeah, like there's been a few times, like I don't post on IG anymore, but like there's been a few times where I'm like, all right, like the black square on Blackout Tuesday, I was like, all right, I see you posting this little square. How quickly are you going to post a selfie after this fucking post? Next day.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's too much. And then we went out. All right, we're guilty of this too. We went out to an outside, like they were serving drinks outside, and you had to have your own little table, and like it was like super like 6 feet distance and shit. We did this shit, and dude, hell, like I never get responses on my story. I got like 5 or 6 responses. Where are you? Yeah. Like where is this place? I want to know where this place is because I'm trying to go there. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
and yeah, this brings me back to what we were talking about on our hike. Like I think like last week, but a lot of these people, all they really have is social media and like the whole, hey, look at me.
The whole image.
Yeah. Like the look at me. I'm doing shit with all these other people and like, like that's like the thing that drives them, I guess. And when you take that away from them for too long,
who are they?
Yeah, they have nothing.
Who are they?
They don't have anything other than that.
What am I doing in my life?
Right. So these are like people that just need to be seen doing things all the time. And I feel like they've just been having crazy withdrawals and like realizing the fact that their lives are pretty empty.
It's a slap to the face.
Well, no, it's like I feel like they're realizing their lives are like pretty fucking empty, other than the fact that they go out a lot with like a ton of people. But other than that, they're not really doing shit.
Yeah.
And so when you took that away from them, now that things are kind of slowly opening back up, they're like bum rushing the fucking doors.
Oh yeah. It's a drug, man. People get their endorphins when they post shit and they get likes, and it's a drug, man. It's like, oh, look at this reaction I'm getting from people. Look at this engagement I'm getting from people. It's like, I'm back in the game, baby.
Yeah, they got to be the first ones back in the game, Unfortunately, they're going to be the motherfuckers catching the virus, though.
I mean, it just goes to show, like, who's real, who's fake, and like, how weak people are, man.
I don't get how you can't just... Look, we've been in lockdown for like 3 months. Like, why can't you, I don't know, read a book or something, or take up a hobby, or fucking do something productive with yourself? Like, is that literally all you have going for you? Is just being social?
And not only that, but it's like, all right, if you are gonna do some of the suggestions that we give you, go on a hike, read a book, be productive. Do you gotta fucking take a photo about it? Do you gotta fucking, like, I used to get upset because people go to the gym and like people need to know about that. I went to the gym today, I was working out and you weren't, and here's my little fucking boomerang of me working out, or my little video of doing sit-ups. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck. Like, stop doing shit for the gram, okay? That's my whole fucking thing. Stop doing shit for the gram. Do it for yourself.
I agree. I'm guilty of it too sometimes, but not to the extent that these fucking people. I think a lot of these people, that's literally all they have. They don't have anything other than that. They hold on to it so hard. And this, I was telling you, like, I had a few people texting me that are kind of like in that life or in that circle that you think their like lives are perfect or whatever. If you were to see them on social media, they're like these beautiful, attractive people with like the perfect lives. But for some fucking reason, they're telling me they're all depressed and nothing's going well, and like they're having all these crazy existential thoughts about like the mistakes they've made in their life. It tripped me out, man, because if you're following these people and to see everything that they post, you're like, you would never think that. And I'm like, wow. So you're telling me your life, you're like miserable basically, but then why do you put up this front?
Yeah.
Why do you put up this front like your life is perfect, you know?
Yeah, I'm like gifted in like reading people, and I can see through the bullshit, and like I see through all the bullshit. And my theory and the way I think is like the more you post, the more you the faker you are. Like that, like for me that's like,
but it's a feedback loop, because all these people are surrounded by a ton of other people
that do the same thing,
who do the same shit. And so it's a feedback loop, because they put it out there, and all the other people like kind of like give them invalidation or validation, I guess.
Yeah, validation. Yeah.
And a lot of these people are afraid to post anything that goes against the grain, or might just like not be liked by everybody, you know?
Yeah.
If it's not a total validation thing, they just won't post it.
Yeah.
They'll only post the shit that they know everybody else will like. That's it. Like, It's fucking, to me, it's annoying, because I'll post shit sometimes where I'm like, I'm going to piss a lot of people off probably, but whatever. Like, I just don't care. Sometimes I post shit that's the complete opposite, but it's whatever the fuck I'm doing at the moment. Like, my thoughts are actually being put out there in an original way. But people are scared to not be liked, you know?
Yeah, it's a,
they won't take a risk.
It's a very toxic and dangerous like environment, and it's a slippery slope once you start to play that game. And I don't know. For me, it's just like, yo, just put your phone down. Like, I get really upset when I go to a concert and like people have their phones up and they're recording every song. I'm like, are you here to enjoy the experience, or are you here to just like fucking stun on people that aren't here?
Yeah.
Because at that point you should just fucking leave, because that's not what this is about.
That's true. And that's funny, because I did that literally one time a long time ago. And then, well, like as far as like recording the majority of the concert. And in my head, I think at the time when I was doing it, was like, oh, I can go back and like watch this. Dude, I never, ever watched any of that footage.
It's the same people that take out their phones during fireworks and they record them.
dude. Yeah, like
Who the fuck is watching their fireworks?
I don't fuck like I don't give. I'm never gonna watch this ever again. And after that first time, I was like, that was fucking retarded that I did that, and I never did that again. Every time I'm at a concert now, maybe I'll take a picture or something, just be like, oh, I'm here.
Yeah.
But that's it, dude. Like, no one wants to watch your shitty ass cell phone clip that sounds like garbage of a concert.
But you want to stun on these people because you're out, you're in the city, you're fucking, you're out here watching fucking Lil Pump and fucking Lil Skies. You want to stun on people. Like, that's why people do it. It's like, yo, I'm out here fucking doing this shit, and you're not. And it's like, I think I've told you before, but I went to go see an artist called Lane 8, and literally as you scan your ticket, they said, give me your phone.
Damn, really?
And they took your phone, you had your locker, and you did not have your phone on you during this fucking event. And it was called, the name of this tour was called This Never Happened.
Whoa.
Because nobody has footage of this. And it was the best show I've ever seen, because nobody had their phone out fucking doing their bullshit. Like, everybody was just about the moment and the experience.
You're present during the moment.
And dude, I'm like, more artists need to do this. I know Dave Chappelle does that when he does fucking shows. He's like, yo, you're not allowed to have your phone, no recording, none of that shit. He's like, yo, this is how you do it.
That's true. I've seen Chappelle a few times, and he's always he doesn't let people record, and he's like super strict about it.
Yeah.
Like, if you have your phone out for like, even if you just check a text, they'll kick you out.
Oh shit.
Straight up, dude. Like, super fucking strict.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of starting to get away from that shit where like these days, if I post something, it's just because I don't give a shit if you like it or if you don't like it. I wanted to post it because I wanted to post it. If you like it, cool. You don't like it, I really don't give a fuck. I don't need validation from people I don't know. I don't really give a shit. I got my circle of friends, close people that I fuck with.
Yeah.
Very intelligent people. That's all that matters to me. I don't really. My friend put it perfectly the other day. He posted a post, and it was basically, it said like, you don't need 100 friends or whatever to be good in life. Like, you just need a small circle of friends that are real with you and are close to you, and that's it. And then he put like his own caption based off some lyrics from Fabulous, and it was, I'd rather 10 lions than 100 sheep. And that was like the thing. And that hella resonated with me because it's so fucking true, man. Like, I have always had like a very small, close circle of friends, but that are super real, like super real, intelligent people that I can count on with my life. You know what I mean? Never been about the whole like having 100 friends and doing the whole social party thing with like 100 people. I don't give a fuck about that. I'd rather fuck with people that are like really about their shit and that make me grow as a person. Personally, that's just me.
You want people to like fucking like check in. Like, yo, if you've been fucking out of pocket, they'll fucking put you in check. And
they'll put you in check.
You don't want people that are just gonna fucking glorify your every move. You want people that give you real feedback, and you're like, yo, you fucked up.
Yeah, and also you want people that won't just like abandon you.
Yeah.
Every time you fuck up or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just be by your side because you're doing well.
Yeah.
You want people that are going to be there for your bad times and your good times.
Yeah.
And are going to be able to comment on that and give you advice and check you on that shit. Because I guarantee you, all these people that are, doing the whole, I'm with fucking 30 people at this bar, look at me, like whatever. I guarantee you, they don't trust any of them. And what's funny, and the reason I know that is because a specific person comes to mind that's exactly like that. Like this girl that has, you know, hundreds and hundreds of friends, you know, all like thousands of followers. And she texted me one night out of the fucking blue with some real shit. And she was telling me like all the fucking problems in her life. And in my head, I'm like, why are you telling me this? Is it because you know that I actually give a shit and I'm not fake as shit like the million of your other friends? Like, why aren't you telling your other friends this? Because me and her barely talk. So that's what really tripped me out, you know? Like, a lot of these people have just fake ass friends and they can't trust people with real ass shit. And they don't trust people with giving them advice. So my advice to everybody out there, I mean, do what you do, but I think it's always good to surround yourself with people that make you grow as a person and people that you could actually trust. That's all I got to say on that topic.
Hey, we are back, and we are back with our most exciting segment of the night. Do you know what time it is, bro?
What time is it, man?
Let me tell you.
Tell me what time it is.
For the celebrity shot.
What? Oh, bro, you're getting crazier and crazier with the fucking soundboards. Oh my god.
Celebrity shot, baby. Let's fucking go.
I love the production. Watch Caesar not fucking pick up.
This motherfucker puts me to voicemail.
I swear to God.
Yo,
I can't hear him.
mate. Does this guy have a silent voicemail? Mate, what is going on? We can't hear you, bro.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are. There you are.
Voicemail.
Bro, fuck you if this is your voicemail. This is the worst voicemail ever.
A silent voicemail.
Oh man. Hey,
What am I, gay?
turn his audio up a little bit.
Yeah.
If you can you do C's talk?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Yo, C's, so like we've decided you're just a motherfucking regular on the podcast now.
Hey, you're live on Plam Chowder, and you know what? We had such a great reaction to our last episode that Nuggets wanted you back, bro. Everybody wanted you back, bro.
You're the Joey Diaz.
I'm back.
You're the Joey Diaz
I'm back.
of Plam Chowder. C's,
Talk
tonight
to me, fellas. How we doing?
we're doing
How we
good.
living?
We living good, you know.
We big chilling right now. Big chilling.
Tonight,
Big chilling.
see, so tonight I thought my luck with gambling was gonna run out. Nope, did not run out. I'm still winning. Had a little bad bet, but I'm just way farther deeper down the hole. But I noticed something that you said, C's, and you know what that is?
What's that?
You said I was gonna get to the point where I was just gonna start getting kind of a little reckless and start putting like bigger bets down out of nowhere.
Bro, this is a week ago. This guy's already talking about big bets.
This guy's played 30 bets since we last talked.
This guy. It's literally been a week since we last talked, bro.
Like fucking dude, I'm addicted, man. I'm
the question you have to ask, the real addiction is how many days you can go without it.
God damn. God damn.
I am telling you, you will lose fucking sleep. So as a bettor, win or lose, no matter what, when you bet on something, right? Here's the thing: when you got soccer, it's in the morning. So like, we'll pretend this is like a regular day right now. a regular day in life of Caesar. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. So Omar,
Straight up.
I know exactly what you're thinking about. So these little bets that you've been making and this addiction that you have, Monday and Tuesday are for like the little, like Monday night is football, right? You got your football.
The little bullshit bets.
But Monday night, here's the fun fact with Monday night. You're making up for everything you lost on Sunday. So that is like that's why it's the most watched game.
Oh shit!
But no, but the problem is I don't lose. That's the problem. I don't fucking lose, man.
We all say that in the beginning. Okay, so
no,
we all say that in the beginning.
Just for some context for all the listeners out there, last night Caesar recommended a movie for me to watch. It was called Two for the Money, I believe.
Oh,
really?
Two for the Money. Yep.
Really, really good fucking movie. But I kind of feel like that dude right now, man. I'm calling 80% right now. I'm calling 80%. I've literally won, I think, in the past week, at least 12 out of 15 bets.
Damn.
That's more than 80%, actually. Caesar. I think I'm like fucking Nostradamus or some shit, bro.
No.
I can't lose.
Omar, hey, look, in the beginning, okay, when we all start gambling, the gambler's curse is you want to start off losing, right? Now, the stick bucks, the donkeys, right? Like, when they start off losing, they're the ones that, they just keep betting and betting because they're like, you know what, it's just fun, right? They have no addiction. Now, you're in the dark side of it. You're in the honeymoon phase, okay? So,
that's the dark side? I love the dark side.
Oh, that's the dark side. Because trust me, when your 80% stops hitting, when you start seeing the downside, I swear to God, you will sit there and you will start talking to people about how games are rigged. You'll be like, you haven't gotten to that part yet. All these theories and conspiracies, you're going to be like, that fucking shit was fixed. I swear to God. You haven't got there yet. Right now, I'm telling you. Cause
right now, the whole town's a pussy, ready to get fucked.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. This is what you got to do when it comes to betting. You stick to what you're good at, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, not everything is gonna win, right? So you just got to stick to the trends. For example, like if there's certain fights you like don't get off the beaten path. So you said last night, you took a couple hits? What happened?
Yeah, I took a couple hits on soccer.
This motherfucker was eating Burger King at 3 p.m.
Burger King at 3.
No, and you're completely right, because that day, so I took 2 hits in the morning with the Barcelona game and the Man United game, and I was so fucking, you literally called it. When I said I was going to Burger King at 3 p.m. and everybody's like, why the fuck are you going to Burger King? And you're like, he's so tilted from those matches he lost that he's not thinking straight. And you're dead on, bro. Dead on. I just didn't give a fuck after that.
Because I know what it's like to be in your shoes. It's you're thinking about all these things, the what ifs and the why. Because the sad part is that what we always do is that when we place these bets, even when we have no shot of winning, we're still watching the fucking game. I mean, you still watch the whole thing. You're still watching it. There's that glimmer of hope that they tease you. They start teasing you. You're like, hey, you know what? Hey,
we might win this shit.
A lot could happen in 4 minutes, right? Like I'm telling you. Omar, you haven't gotten there yet, but I'm telling you, in my time, it's like telling non-stories. I have seen some gambling shit. All right,
Caesar,
go on?
I literally think I'm a prodigy.
Oh God!
Oh,
This guy's gonna be fucking
no, and
broken kneecaps in a month from now.
Here's why I say that though, because I'm smart with my shit. All right, I have a lot of friends who are also degenerates, and they fucking bet on everything. Before we make these bets on like a fight card, for example, we literally get together, we strategize on picks, and then we just fucking go for it, bro. And it's like live betting. It's like today was craziness. Jaime walked into my room today.
This motherfucker was pacing back and forth, bro. Like back in the olden days when he had a wireless fucking headset and just trying to close DMs on the fucking deal. This motherfucker was pacing back and forth. I'm like, bro, chill.
Jaime walked into my room and I'm literally like, yo, like, what's up? But like, hey, watch this fight with me because I got a lot of money riding on it. I was so locked into this shit. It was crazy.
This guy has seen Uncut Gems way too many times.
and Caesar, what's funny is, so like I just posted a story and I have some boxing playing in the background, right? Just like for the ambiance or whatever. And one of my degenerate friends just texted me. He goes, haha, did you get into that late night boxing juice too? What you got going right now? Like these motherfuckers
like,
can't stop.
If you got game, let me in, bro. Let me in.
Dude, these fools, like, bro, I'll bet on anything right now, dude. I'll bet if a fight broke out at Burger King at 3 p.m., I'd bet on that shit. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you. You're in the beginning. It's the honeymoon. It's like you're in the because you make these little bets. You're like in a tweaker bet. Like you're like in the like the meth game. You know, it's steep, but you're tweaking. You know, you're tweaking. You know, it's good enough to get a little high right now. You know,
bro.
You're sitting there. You're betting on sports, soccer. I mean, how calculated are you really? I mean, come on.
No, I got a little reckless today, and Jaime witnessed it. So the sports site that I use fucked up on my parlay. Like my fighter won, but they registered it as like he lost, right? So everybody on Twitter was like, "What the fuck?" Like the site fucked up. It's registering as a loss when he won or whatever. And that pissed me off hell bad because I should have like had all this money show up in my account that didn't show up right away and it showed up as a loss. So what did I do? I just threw a fuck ton of money on the next fighter. Just like trying to recoup it when it wasn't even money that I needed to recoup because technically I won it. And then they fixed it later. But I'm tiptoeing down that road that you're talking about.
I mean, here's the thing. This is the thing you always got to tell yourself, and this is the truth when it comes to gambling. Now, again, because you're not playing like certain games, depending on what you're doing, but you're betting on fights, right? So you really have to start minimizing. You have to kind of like figure out like you got to ask yourself like these fights that you're betting on, like underdogs and parlays. See, this is where they got me. This is why I started placing big bets. You're gonna start running into a little run where how many parlays do you do? Like how many fights do you do in a parlay? Like what's your card usually filled with? Like 2, 3,
I split
4?
I split my parlays today because I bet on one fighter was a little risky. He was an underdog, but I knew he was a fucking monster, and I put big money on him. And he ended up actually murdering the guy, so I came out on top. But usually it's about four fights or so.
So here's the thing. That's a lot of fights, right? So for everyone that doesn't know, parlay, you have to hit every single thing right? If you're rooting for a guy to get knocked out, if you're rooting for a guy in the stands to wearing a red shirt, it's everything needs to hit. All right? It's someone... is the person in the front, fucking, do they know what the fuck's going on? Like you have to have every scenario hit perfect, right?
Yeah.
And, I will say, I actually won one of my biggest bets on a parlay. And this was the miracle. 2010, I believe. 2010, 11. I will never forget this. So, you will start noticing that there's certain fighters or so in football. I'm a big football bettor, right? So it was I started noticing that whenever not the Cowboys. So in football, the division for the NFC division, for the NFC East, it's the Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, the New York Giants, and the Washington Redskins. And that division has been fucked up for years, right? But it brings a lot of action for gambling. So my final bet came down to Eagles versus Giants. Their rivalry goes back for fucking ever. And I've gotten fucking burned by the New York Giants. They would fuck me all the time. And I hit big. I'm telling you, because you start getting bitter. I'm telling you, like you will start noticing certain things that you'll start staying away from. Like like for example, I will never if I hate the Giants still to this day. Like I don't even fucking when they're on TV.
Fuck Eli Manning. Fuck Eli Manning.
I don't even know him as that. I call him fucking mouth breather. I fucking hate that guy. That guy has fucked a lot of my bets. Like you start losing sleep. You start losing sleep. So so what I'm getting at is that like when you look at your parlay card, this is why aren't you just betting big on one guy? Because if you were to pick the 4 or 5 guys and you're telling me this one guy was risky, so that means in your head, the other 4 fighters were so-called, I'm doing quotation marks in the air, they were considered locks. Like, they should all win. This is the risky guy.
Yes.
That if I lose his bet, this is probably the guy that's going to fuck me on my card, correct?
Correct.
So here's the thing. Why don't you just put separate? So you got to learn how to hedge your bet. So this is the beauty of parlays. You know what hedging means when you hedge your bet?
I've actually just told one of my friends that I need to learn this. So if you could explain this basic strategy to me, it'd be fucking awesome.
Oh no, this is strategic strategy. So this is what hedging your bet means. I try to save a friend. This is a lifeline that you're going to remember. So when you start doing these parlays, you're going to have these matches. So just so for everyone out there, again, parlays, you got to hit all of them right to win money, right? To win the whole bet. If one fucks you, you're done. Disqualification, whatever. Tyson comes out the cut, bites your ear, you're fucked, right? So hedging your bet is when all the bets hit and there's one left. Now you have to go, this is either where A, you let the bet ride, B, you bet on the opposing, the guy that can fuck you. So just say you have fighter blue and red, right? And just say you have the red fighter.
Yeah.
Now you have to bet on the blue guy, and you have to see what's it worth. So if your parlay is to win $100 or $1,000 or whatever the amount is, if that guy, you have to ask yourself how much are you willing to drop on the other dude to win some money so you don't lose. Does that make sense? So like for example,
yeah, it's true.
Just say a guy's
damn.
Just say that. So that guy now is worth $100. So now you got to look at it and go, okay, if this guy's an underdog and he's plus 200, so why don't you just, so if you put 20 to win 100, why not drop $20 on the underdog?
Yeah.
So it's a win-win. If that guy ends up winning,
it's a guaranteed
you
profit.
win your money. It's a guaranteed profit. Now, don't get me wrong. You are you're not maximizing your bet, but you're also not shooting yourself in the foot, right? So it gives you an out.
Wow.
Perfect example.
It's a guaranteed profit.
It's a guaranteed profit. And I am telling you, I still to this day, I'm still blown away. So this past Super Bowl, Niners versus Chiefs, my friend, she tells me, she goes, "Hey, Caesar, I have a betting question." I'm like, "What's up?" And she tells me, she's like, "Hey, I know you bet a lot." She shows me this fucking ticket, right? I'm not kidding. This was like, I instantly was like, holy shit. She bet $500. It was her. So here's her bet. She's not a bettor. Her sister got married. It was the bridesmaid. And she's like, hey, what does this mean? She has the Niners plus, I think like $5,000 or plus like 35, something crazy.
What?
For, she has the Niners to win the Super Bowl. So she tells me the story of this bet.
Oh, God.
that when her sister got when she was when she set up the bridal or not bridal shower,
The bachelorette party.
what the fuck is it called? Bachelorette party. Yeah. So when she set up the bachelorette party, these fucking dumb broads all throw 100 on the night, right? Keep in mind, she's Jewish, so that's a lot of money. All right, that's a lot of money. It's a
Wait.
Jew bride.
What was the bet?
Oh no!
So her bet was, her friend was like a diehard Niners fan. She goes, I'm gonna bet on the Niners to win the Super Bowl. Now keep in mind, this is a year ago.
She charged all her friends $100 buy-in for the bachelorette party and put it on a bet for the Niners to win the Super Bowl.
Oh shit!
Which came out to $5,000.
No. This is where you guys are. No. So no. This is before the year started. So she has the winning lotto ticket in her hand. This is my whole point of this is why you got to hedge your fucking bet. This broad is showing me a ticket that she placed a year prior that the Niners were going to win this year, right? So their $500 investment was to win it's something ridiculous. Like it was something ridiculous. It was like 7,500 or like $8,000 or some shit, right?
Okay.
And I am telling her, I look at her, my eyes, I'm like, hey, you need to hedge your bet. She goes, what do you mean? I'm like, you need to bet on the Chiefs. And she goes, why would I do that? Niners are going to win. I'm like, okay, let me explain this. You have $500 writing to win $8,500. Okay, I think that's exactly what the bet was. It was $500 to win $8,500.
Yeah.
So you're up $8,000.
Hold on. Let me explain. Let me explain. So you have 500 writing to win 8,500 on the Niners.
She has 500. So right now, so everyone knows she has $500 to win $8,500 for the Niners to win the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
It is 2 weeks before the Super Bowl, so they're doing the 2 weeks right when the Niners beat Green Bay Packers to go to the Super Bowl. It was all they have left is the Chiefs. They beat the Chiefs, they win the whole thing. She wins $8,500. So I told her, you need to hedge your bet. She's like, what the fuck does that mean? I go, look it. That's what Caesar comes in, all right? That's what you got to do. I was like, you need to know a degenerate. And guess what? Here I am. I have a fucking bookie. I was like, you need to place a bet on the opposing team. She goes, well, what do you mean? I go, well, look it. I was like, the Niners. I was like, I think the Niners are going to lose. I'm a diehard Niner fan. I grew up a Niner fan. I fucking love them. I'm a Bay Area. I love everyone. I love the Niners. I love the fucking Warriors. I love the goddamn fucking Raiders. Now I hate them now because they're in Las Vegas, but whatever. I love the A's. I'm a Bay Area fan, right? So I told her, I was like, I think they might lose. And I was like, this isn't a for sure bet. I was like, I was like, you need to hedge your bet. So I was telling her to bet $4,000 on the game. She goes, well, why would you bet $4,000 on it? I said, because here's where the thing comes in.
Holy
hedging.
Shit.
If you bet $4,000 on the Chiefs, that means it's a guaranteed $4,000. So now you're not winning 8,400. You're going to win $4,000 because the Chiefs were underdogs.
Yeah.
It was an even spread.
Damn.
And I told her you're going to win.
It's guaranteed.
And I told this brother, I'm like, it's guaranteed.
Damn.
And she's like, and she goes, well, what do you mean? So it took me fucking a week. I am trying to convince this broad. I'm convinced that the Chiefs are going to win this fucking game too. I'm thinking in my head, I'm telling her, I'm like, look it, I get it. You're a Niners fan, but look it. Let's go back. You're a Jew broad. You just placed a random bet. You got lucky. I am telling you right now, if I give you a free $4,000, would you take that? She goes, yes. I'm like, good. Well, then fucking pay me. Then place this bet. Because you have to ask yourself when you're hedging your bets. You have okay. Now keep in mind, you don't hedge all your
$4,000.
It's like, do you want to lose $500 or do you want to gain $4,000?
Exactly, and that's where certain parlays or bets come in. So you got to ask yourself, like, so keep in mind that was the lucky bet that she placed. Now that was obviously like that bet was like that's like a stock going up really high. So the amount she was, her return on investment was a lot. So you don't need to hedge every bet, but this is a bet that you need to fucking hedge. I don't give a fuck who you are. This is like, this would be like, hey, who's going to win in a fight? Caesar or this kindergartner? I'd be, at that point, I'm still hedging the bet. I'm still hedging that bet. I don't know if this little fuck knows karate or some shit, fucking kicks my nuts. All I'm saying is that I want guaranteed fucking money, and I'm telling her,
that's
place
crazy.
a bet. So you got to ask yourself, do you, she was like, she kept saying, what do you mean? I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? I'm like, you bet. I was like, right now, if you lose, that means you lost $500. So I was like, what would you lose more sleep on? So I kept it at $4,000. I was like, if I told you the next day, so this is like all the idiots that are on the fucking game shows. I'm like, I always ask myself, I was like, on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or some shit. If someone told you what is worth more, guaranteed money, would you Omar, would you lose more sleep knowing that you won $100, or would you lose sleep going, shit, I could have won $200, but I hedged my bet? What would you feel better with? Guaranteed money or money like I would have won more if I did not hedge my bet?
No, I'd rather have the guaranteed money.
I mean, I think
It's-
they didn't understand what they did.
especially with such a small investment like 500, where you can guarantee 4,000. That's like, come on.
They just didn't know what they were doing. Like, they had money. Like, it was a long shot. In the beginning of the season, it's a long shot. Niners are going to win the Super Bowl. You win $8,500 on a $500 investment, so your profit is $8,000. But then when you get to the fucking end of the season and you have guaranteed, like, even if I was to bet on the other team, I still come up $4,000. But like, if you try to explain that to the layman's terms, like they're gonna think that you're trying to rip them off or whatever the case may be. That's crazy. So they didn't. Did they end up doing it or no?
No. She called her sister. I told her. I said I explained the whole situation, and I made it very clear. I was like, hey, look it. Right now, that ticket potentially is worth $8,500. I was like, even if you bet $1,000 on the other team, just knowing that you won $1,000, like, or bet your initial bet 500, right? And then whatever you want to profit, like bet 1,500. Like, know that you made it for sure $1,000. Because I was like, did you even tell your friends about it? She's like, no, I just do this. Like, it's just like so that it would have been split up between two ways, just between her and her sister. That's it. That was the breakdown. It would have just been those two splitting the money. And I told her, I was like, look it, the greed's kicking in. I mean, you're not thinking straight. I'm like, you're going to be sitting there watching the fucking, I was like, what do you normally do for a Super Bowl? She goes, oh, my family gets together and all this stuff. I'm like, well, you're going to be sitting there pulling your fucking hair out. Like, what the fuck? And to lose like the Niners did, oh my God.
It was a blowout, right?
No, they were up. They were up for the whole first half.
No. Here's the crazy part, and this is I'll explain this to you, Jaime. So that's hedging. So hedging is now, Omar. You don't need to hedge all your bets. That's after a while, it's only when you have a smaller investment to win the lot. That's when you want to hedge.
I will say this. Let me just say something real quick. See, Jaime, this is what I was talking about earlier. 10 lions to 100 sheep. You know what I mean? This is why I'm glad to have intelligent, degenerate friends who are as much of a degenerate as I am. Because, Caesar, so sorry to sidetrack you, but we were talking about circles and how a lot of people have small circles, but we surround ourselves with highly intelligent individuals who we can trust. So I just learned some crazy shit from you, which makes me proud to have you in my circle. That's all I'm saying, mate.
Hey, I'm proud too. All right? I'm gonna cry. You know, I'm gonna cry now.
No, yeah, go ahead.
No, but seriously though. So here's the thing though. So this is where this is the crazier part about this broad, right? This is what still blows my mind. This Jew broad still to this day got me so mad. So 2 weeks go by. I have 2 weeks to convincing her I'm trying to help out a friend.
Jeez.
Right? I felt like this. So now the game. Now this is Omar. Oh, you would have been licking your chops. And Jaime, this is where I'll fill you in on. So now the game's playing. Niners are up. Guess what? 8,500 is good. You know what else looks good? A live bet on the Chiefs. I call her and I was looking at the line. The Chiefs were at plus 2,500, something crazy, because Chiefs were. So at that point she could have thrown $500 on the Chiefs, right? 500 on the Chiefs,
and it would have been a ridiculous return.
And she would have won 10 grand. She would have been in the win-win.
Yeah. No, Caesar, that actually happened to me today. Not exactly the same situation, but I know what you mean. Okay, so Jaime, like live betting
is like during the event,
right? There's a fight going on in the prelims where the underdog. Yeah, the underdog.
Oh, shit.
Did we lose him?
We lost him.
Let's call him back.
I'll call him back.
Sorry, everybody. Caesar.
Did I lose you?
All right.
Yeah.
So let me explain this. Earlier, sorry, it was not the underdog. It was the favorite. Okay. She was sort of like losing the first round or some shit like that. I don't know what happened. Anyways, her odds, I saw them pop up on the website. They went to like plus 160 or some shit. And at the time when they were plus 160, I was watching her and she was landing a fuck ton of shots, and I saw how she was moving, and I was like, I have a fucking feeling this bitch is going to win this fight. I put a last minute bet on the plus 150, and then she started fucking pummeling this broad. And literally 10 seconds after I placed that bet, her odds dropped to like negative 200.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And I got her at plus 150, and then she ended up winning the fight, and I won some decent money. So Caesar, no, like I know what you mean. It was genius.
Wait, so there's no cutoff when you're betting on an event?
What do you mean?
Like there's no cutoff. Like even if it's happening as we speak, you can still bet on it?
Yeah, live betting, but the odds start going up and down.
Oh, that's fucking sketch.
Not really.
Live bets, don't get me wrong, it's a very tricky game because it's here's a perfect example. I love live bets for basketball, right? Because with basketball, so Omar, you'll start running into this when you start placing bets. You'll start noticing in the beginning, if you like, for example, when you do your parlays.
Wait, Caesar, sorry. Are you on like fucking Cricket Mobile or some shit?
Bro, it sounds like a fucking robot right now. Hold on. God damn.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just like...
Wait, hey, we're going to try to call you back to fix the audio because you sound like somebody's trying to deep throat you or some shit while you're speaking.
Oh,
One second.
We'll call you right back.
Yeah.
What's your Wi-Fi, bro? We're FaceTime audioing this shit. More secure. All right, we're back with C's.
Yo.
Okay, that's way fucking better.
I had to hop on the Wi-Fi's.
Sorry, dude. It sounded like Mandingo was like shoving his 12-inch cock down your throat while you're trying to explain betting odds to us.
Like that fucking guy, like that picture guy?
Oh, no, yeah. The meme guy from 2020. By the way,
I'll tell you, don't try Google and looking that shit up. All right,
real quick. Okay, so like, I want to, because a lot of our listeners are not like gamblers, so they're kind of like, what the fuck?
What are you guys talking about?
Yeah. I want to kind of switch things up a little bit and tell them about the hairy days in tech.
Yes, the hairy days.
The hairy days in tech. Okay. And what I mean by that is I mean drugs.
Straight up.
We are not going to say what company we worked for, but we all worked for the same very well-known tech company in the San Francisco Bay Area, and got to the point where me and Caesar were on the same team. Me and Jaime were on the same team for a bit before shit hit the fan, and got to the point where me and Caesar were so extremely stressed out, and I was looking for a solution, and Caesar introduced me to Harry Potter. And what go ahead.
Oh no, go on.
And what I mean by Harry Potter, I'm talking about Xanax.
Oh,
And so let me tell you guys about this. So for those of you that haven't taken Xanax, it's the best drug on earth. It makes you just not give a shit about anything that's stressing you out in life. Everything's just cool. You're floating. So we had this office. It was a really, 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 really big office. And I'm not going to lie. I think like 80% of the people in the office were just annoying as shit. Didn't want to hear them talking. Didn't want to be around them. It was just too much stress going on everywhere you went. So I would tell Caesar, because I would take the Xanax, and Caesar would take Xanax a long time before that. I would tell him that every time you take a Xanax, it's like putting the Harry Potter invisibility cloak on. You put this cloak on, and you just kind of float around the office.
You're invisible.
And you're invisible, and you don't give a fuck. You can just kind of like do your thing and have a good day, and your performance goes up. And ever since that day, we have termed Xanax Harry. Harry became our friend, our best friend. And it got to the point where, because Caesar had a prescription, so he had like the legit shit, you know. I had to get mine where I could. So I would go on the Google Hangouts or Google Chat or whatever. I would ping the sketchy Mexican guy that we all knew.
G-Chat, let's go.
Yep. And I'd meet him on the 7th floor bathroom. I'd go to a stall. He'd be like, meet me there in 5 minutes. I'd go into the stall, 7th floor bathroom. And we had this thing. He'd come in. He'd give me a whistle. He'd be like, and I'd be like, and then I'd come out the stall and we do the transaction. Sketchiest fucking guy we knew. And he would sell me bootleg Xanaxes. Not the real shit. I actually don't even know what the fuck I was taking. I don't even know if it was Xanax or not. Felt like it, but who knows? And that got me through that time. But yeah, I miss Harry. I miss Harry a lot.
Harry helps out with a lot of things, all right? Harry talks to me about my bets, all right? So, Harry helps out with a lot, all right? Yeah, you know, when you're just in period, when you're in sales in period, I don't give a fuck I don't care what you're selling, all right? I don't care. When you're in the tech industry and you have to commute to San Francisco, and as far as what we were doing, the people that I don't care how much ass, I don't care how much ass you're crushing. I don't give a fuck about how much you're getting fucked up every night. If you're not taking the fucking goddamn if Harry's not with you, if you don't got that cloak on, I have no fucking idea how people could do that job.
It's true.
I wake up. I mean, I've gotten to the point where I'm not gonna lie. I don't take more than I need. You know, I've seen a lot of people go down a bad. It's just like with gambling. I've seen a lot of people, you know, take they use that as a kind of like a balance for other drugs, right? Which, hey, you know what? I mean, fuck it. You know, if it wasn't for someone dying from it, you know, you'd be like, hey, it's not a bad thing. But you know, everyone would do it. I'm not gonna lie. It takes one guy to die, and everyone's like, you know what? You know, you start looking up the odds, the statistics. You know, you're just like, you know,
it's like, yo, I need this bar to bring me down from this fucking coke.
No. But here's the thing: is that job was so at the time, and it might be like different now. Who knows? But at the time, you have a shelf time at that job. You know, you got like a good 6 months, maybe a year if you got like a really tough mind and strong grit. But eventually, it's gonna fucking break you. You're gonna get to the point where, like, dude, you can literally not get through the day without something. I was chugging Fireball in alleys with coworkers, man. I was popping Xanaxes. It was Adderalls. Like, you need some shit to make you perform. And Harry was my best friend.
Here's the guy in your fucking do it, fucking do it.
He's the guy.
You know, Harry comes, you know. So this is what I love about Harry. You know, you know, this is you know, like how people have like the angel and the devil on their shoulder. You know, I got Harry and Harry on my left and my right.
Exactly.
He's in my left ear and my right ear telling me the same shit. You know, I would say one's more of the bullshitter and one's the instigator, right? So it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. You know, Harry, I'll sit there and I'm a little fucked up, you know, and on my left, instigating, going like, hey, you know, and then the other on my right's like, you're bullshitting, you don't need it. Fucking you're bullshitting. You know, so yeah, you know, I gotta take that fucker to take, you know, I've gotten to a point where, you know, when I do take it, I will say I don't need to take more, but you know what? If the one thing that finally fucking kicked in, so you know, so we're on the topic, you know, like yeah, I love me some Harry. So that was invisibility. Fucking, I'm at the point now where even when I walk around, I'm shocked people can even see me. I feel like I'm invisible. You know?
Oh my god,
this guy's on his way to Diagon Alley on a fucking invisible cloak.
Holy shit! I remember meeting Caesar in like the kitchen on his floor, and we would have a fake conversation to like swap some Harry, bro.
No. Let's not get it twisted. You would come to me like I thought you were wearing a wire, all right? Like, Omar's the guy that gets everyone caught. This guy's sitting there. He has it's just enough where you can see like you can see like a little glisten of just, you know, like, hey, bringing up random shit now. Keep it. This isn't like I'm not like, hey, here's this. I'm here having a normal conversation, like, hey, yo, what's up, dude? Like, what are we gonna do for lunch? And he's like, and then I can tell in his mind, he's thinking like, damn, this guy is so casual about it. And I'm like, dude, this guy is straight up tweaking right now. This guy, like, it got to the point where when I met up with you, I thought that you were wearing a wire. I thought. Even Harry needed Harry. All right.
I'd be like,
my invisibility cloak was wearing an invisibility cloak. You know what
I'd be like, yeah, I don't know, Caesar. I feel like it's gonna be a rough day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, sure wish I had something to Get me through the day.
I do miss those days because I will say every encounter with you. So every encounter with this guy, anytime Omar, it was like, hey, he's like, hey, I need to knock the edge off, right? I'm like, what is this fucking guy? What the fuck is this guy asking me for? And I'm like, all right. I was like, I got you. And he's like, and I'll give you credit, very persistent, like, hey, it was like and I'm like, I'll hit you up like I'll meet you in like an hour or something. Like, oh, I'm right here. I'm like, wait, what? Like, this guy,
I'd literally be right there.
he'd be like, hey, I'm right here. And
At his
every
desk.
encounter I had with you, hey, it was always a different story, but goddamn, every time I thought this guy was still wearing a wire. Still to this day.
Hey, you want to know why? You want to know why?
You weren't a wire. I mean, this guy.
God.
Shit, this guy
Yeah.
would come in just the most, like, no matter what, he would be cool, calm, collective, and would fucking start tweaking once he saw me. He would just be like, I was like, what the fuck?
It's like the guy trying to buy weed for the first time. Hey, do you know my name? My boy Bud?
Yeah.
I'm looking for my girl Mary.
I'd come up and like go up to his desk, bro, like 2 seconds after the ping chat.
Oh shit.
Oh, Jaime, we would have, I'm not kidding, there would probably be a solid, in between me giving him some Harry, he was also on top of that. Like, I felt like this guy owed me money, not for Harry, but for goddamn therapy session. This guy was like, it was like talking to a broad. He would, for fucking 5 minutes, would tell me, like, he would tell me the reason why he is stressing. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. This guy would be like, here, take this. Fucking get the fuck out of here. Knock the edge. This guy's like, hey, I'm having a shitty fucking day. Fucking, I'm fighting with my fucking ex. Can you believe this shit? And I'm like, all right, here, take this.
Take this
shit.
shit.
Shut you the fuck up. Like, here, take it. Yeah, it was, Omar, I would say it was needed. It definitely was. I will say, that is,
Dude, hey, Harry saved my life.
Harry saved, he's good. I will say that the, so, I don't know, one little, rumor that, like a long time ago, they used to always say, like, if you took ecstasy and you drank orange juice the next day, you would feel like, it would amplify it. I don't know if you like.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
So I will tell you, Harry loves a little orange juice. All right. I'm not
I remember he used to give me like the perfect mix from the soda machines that we had. He'd be like, look,
yeah,
you got to put like the Fanta and then the fucking this juice and that juice, like, and just like drink that for like the next 20 minutes or whatever.
Oh, you throw that fucker into your tongue, and any concern, any worry, throw that fucker out the window. You throw that bitch off the roof, all right?
Dude,
But I will say, no, to be honest, like, dude, back then I was kind of losing my mind. Yeah, I was losing my fucking marbles back then, man.
Dude, oh man. I remember the first time I took Xan with y'all.
Oh god, this did not end well.
I don't know. I mean, it ended pretty well for me. Like, we were at lunch, we were walking past the SF MoMA, and our boy Drew's like, put it under your tongue.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. And then we get back to the office, and the shift after lunch is just fucking ass, bro. Like, you've already done like 40, 50 calls before lunch, and you're just trying to hope you get some DMs on the phone. Bro, I remember, I just remember like getting up on the floor and like pacing around the room and just seeing some outlandish I didn't know when it kicked in, but I realized that at a certain point, like, people were like turning their heads listening to my phone calls because I was saying some crazy shit. Like, I did not give a fuck.
And it would work.
I did not give a fuck.
And it would work.
And it would work.
Yeah, it would work. It literally turned you into like Superman.
It turns off that part of your head that says don't do this.
Yep.
It's literally like, fucking do it. Do it, fucking do it, do it, fucking do it.
Dude, I feel like I owe Caesar an apology almost because, no, seriously, like back then I was going through some real crazy shit and I fucking needed it, bro. I needed the Harry.
It was a homie. Is homie helping out a homie? You know, it was just. But but you did it right though, because here's my fucking issue, right? So that's how Harry should be taken. For anyone out there, you know, you need to knock the edge off. Take a good old fucking little, you know, you need Harry with you. But Harry, this is the labels they need to have. It's not when needed. They need to have labels of where not to take it, right? Don't take that motherfucker at the bar, okay? Harry at the bar is. Oh, you get a couple now. You mix Harry in with the you meet his little friend Jack Daniels. Oh my God, that motherfucker!
Hyman knows all too well about that. Hold on. By the way, I'm gonna. You guys keep going.
He's got to break the seal.
I'm gonna take a piss real quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you some more ice too.
I got you, but I just remember Portland when you talk about Jack and Zan.
Oh God damn! Yeah, it's a gnarly. Now again, a lot of people are different. You know, they like it's weird because the reason why I take my shit is because the doctor said that I have high adrenaline, so I'm like amped all the time. And that's like the receptors that kind of go off on your brain. Like if you got like adrenaline or like that nervous feeling, like, you know, like it so it was just, you know, like it's a chemical imbalance, you know, at one point. And it was fixable. You know, it was like shit, you know, go on a sprint or do something, or, you know, do something like active. Now again, this is when I was active, but this is also one of those things where it just hit me, you know, like in a fucking wave, right? So you know, I take it to kind of like, I take it in the morning, you know, and that fucker, you know, knocks people out sometimes, you know, but that shit, it keeps me level as far as like, you know, I have to take it to kind of knock that little like adrenaline rush, you know, because your brain starts going, you know, it starts going to fucking overdrive, like I'm gonna die, or fucking, you know, like, oh, like you feel like it's the end of the world, you know, just I'll tell you this much, it's not a pretty feeling. You know, the shit that you start feeling. But when you mix that fucking guy with you know, you take him to the bar with you, you know, you're fucking, that is the equivalent of fucking being blacked out. Like you're talking about, like, depending on how much you drink. You know, I had tendencies where I wouldn't, people take it when they're get more fucked up. And, you know, a lot of times when I would take that shit, you know, it just happened to be coincidentally, because if I was going to the bar, I'd be like excited, amped up, and I'd be like, ooh, shit. Like it was like a fucking surge of like adrenaline. So I'd catch myself taking that shit and fucking, you know, to an hour later, you know, I'm at the bar and fuck, man, that shit, you know, depending on how much you drink, or just, it's just the timing. You're not going to get fucked up all the time drinking with that shit. But sometimes if that fucking guy, you know, mixes wrong, we're talking about fucking, you are blacked out and you are doing
you just
shit.
don't even remember what the fuck happened. And dude, I remember when we all went to Portland for my birthday, and like, bro, like this motherfucker was on a mission, gave no fucks, just like blacked out. It's fucking raining, almost fucking snowing outside, and this motherfucker's like, I'm gonna come back with some pussy.
Straight up, dude. I was on the Harry, man. Harry was guiding me that night. He was my guide.
Fucking Portland, bro.
Yeah, that was a great time. That was that's where, you know what, you know, it makes me think. I will say that is where Harry's a little prankster. You know, he likes to throw little fucking jokes. Because even in Portland, when you're on a mission, I think one of the funniest things, you know, was just you were not listening. You and Harry were not listening. And I was like, Omar, look it.
Hey.
Omar's like, hey, we need to get some pussy. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I was like, fucking, you know, like, we'll go here. He's like, no, you don't know. And this guy is walking down the goddamn fucking Portland streets, giving zero fucks. Like, I'm going to find something. This fucking guy He's at a bar asking the fucking dude, "Hey, where can I find bitches?" And Jaime and I are looking up, and there's rainbow flags everywhere. I'm like, "Hey, good luck." Again, that's Harry playing a prank on you. You know, he likes you.
No. See, you know what was the biggest prank of the night? We went to Mary's bar, and there's this bitch, and she's on stage, and this motherfucker goes, "Show me your pussy."
Oh.
And
she did.
She's just like, boom, there it is. What? She was like, fucking what? It's motherfucker. That's a nice looking pussy.
You know, I will say that you know,
I remember you're like, show me your pussy, like fucking Rick
like,
James
hey,
in this
like,
bitch.
No, it was like show me your pussy, and then it was like that moment where he like just like kind of like had chin up, and he's like, let me see it, right? Shake it.
Oh yeah, he said shake it.
There was a moment where it was a standoff. Omar and this broad's fucking pussy just this beautiful pussy just looking right at him. And she's like, now what? It was like a standoff, and he's just and then Omar, shake it. Oh, that was the best.
Dude, that was so funny.
It's crazy though, because you know, here's the fucking thing that tripped me out about Portland. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about how fucking you go to strip clubs, and you know, you go there, and you know it's different. Everyone, you know, like, you know, you see fucking, you know, you see bras dancing, you know, you got money, dude. In Portland, they are hotter, and they were, you know, you see pussy, you see
saw everything.
But the crazy part was the people that were there. They were just sitting there like it was fucking nothing, huh? Like,
yeah.
Have you noticed the crowd?
They were chilling on lawn chairs or something.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, you catch the game last night?" It's like, what the fuck? Like,
it's like, yo, this broad's showing her monkey. Like, what do you? How can you even function right now, bro?
Yeah, I don't even think I blinked that whole trip. I don't think I blinked.
Bro,
you missed the greatest night though. It was,
god, the greatest night was Sunday.
Dude, me and Jaime, we just went out and just went all fucking out on Sunday.
Oh yeah, we had that Sunday fucking brunch, and Drew had that stupid ass early flight, and he had to leave, and then you had to leave, and we're like, we're gonna fucking go balls out.
Caesar, I think at one point I took out like $400 in $1 bills, and me and Jaime were just smacking girls' asses with like wads of money, dude.
Bro, we went to like 3 or 4 like strip clubs. I remember there was a girl pouring our drinks, and that bitch was pregnant. I'm like, yo, this shit's fucking crazy.
No, but it got pretty wild that night, man. Pretty fucking wild. And Harry was guiding me the whole way, you know?
Yeah, and we get back to the Airbnb at like fucking 4 in the morning. Our flight's at like 6 a.m. And I have an alarm for like an hour, right? Because we got to clean up. We got to get everything organized. The fucking alarm fucking goes off. I go to this fucking boy's room. He's got his fucking hand on his dick. Pass out. Like, yo, what the fuck?
Pass the fuck out.
Oh man, I don't even know how we made that fucking flight, bro. That shit was gnarly.
I'm shocked that I'm still shocked Drew made that flight. That was one where that's when every time we kept talking about, we're just looking at each other going, this
dude,
fucking
how
guy
the fuck did, like, he was literally having brunch with us,
No,
mimosas.
he like left 45 minutes before his flight was supposed to fucking take off the landing, like the strip.
And we were in a rural area, like Airbnb or Ubers take like a fucking 20 minutes to get there and shit. And this motherfucker called the Uber with like fucking 40 minutes to get to the airport.
I think, yeah.
That's how he made that one. Hey, I'll say someone won money on that one. The fucking live bets were going. Drew was.
Hey, I was the only one room for that motherfucker. You guys were all saying, "Oh, this guy's done. He's gonna have to like reschedule his flight." I'm like, "Nah, B. Like, he's gonna make it. I don't know how, but
I had no faith.
I was like, somehow he's gonna make it.
Omar and I looked at each other like, he's fucked. Like the whole time I'm telling Joe, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, no, you're probably gonna make it. And I look at him like, nah, he's fucked. Can I get another mimosa? Like, fuck. I'm sitting there just, oh yeah.
Way, bro.
What?
This guy.
Omar, you know one thing though. Oh, this is where the one thing I was thinking about as far as like with betting. This is where betting gets people. I was thinking about this. I was taking a shit earlier thinking about it, and
Mute me.
when here's one of the crazy thing with bets is that that's why they have chips, so I love to play poker when I go to the casino. I haven't been RIP casinos for right now because even with the fuckers open at limited capacity, I am not going to be playing fucking cards. I love playing cards, but here's one thing though. When you place your bet and you place that shit in, the way Omar's doing it, he's doing it on a computer. So you just type in number, it'll show you how much you're going to win. Boom. It's submitted. That's it. Your bet's in. But when you go and you see when you go to a casino and you actually place your bet and you fucking have your money out, oh, that is a different fucking beast. When you sit there and you throw cash out there on the table, that's a lot different.
Yeah, I have a friend who abides by what's called the David Cho method. I don't know if you ever heard of that one. But essentially, the David Cho method is you got to have a strict amount of money that you're willing to lose. You go there and you have a friend off to the side that's just watching you. So if you're up and you're fucking like killing it, once you reach that limit that you decide for him to pull you off the table, he pulls you off the table. If you reach a certain limit when you're down, he pulls you off the table. So essentially, like the whole thing about it is like it keeps you from letting your emotions take over because somebody else is like kind of controlling that factor of your emotions. And he's been playing the David Cho method for a fuck ton of trips, and he comes back always like with a few extra grand in his pocket.
Now, I will say I'm gonna disagree with that method, because you can't have, it's. Now, here's the thing: when you're betting, don't get me wrong. People go on, you start chasing it. When you're on that spiral, when you're losing, you start chasing it. I can tell you, I've been on times where I've been convinced that I was placing every bet I placed, fucking lost, and the worst loss is not when you're like, oh, like it's when you're winning your bet. So like I couldn't like imagine like a fight, someone just beating the fuck out of someone, and then all of a sudden that guy ends up turning around and then ends up knocking the guy out, right? Like that is the worst fucking feeling. And I had so many bets where I was winning, and then all of a sudden I'm like, how the fuck did I just lose? That will put someone on tilt. That is the worst. That's when the gambling gods start fucking with you, or it's an under, or you're losing the whole time, and then you start, then it looks like you're making a comeback,
right,
just to get fucked.
But,
like
right.
that's when it's all over the place. So because what ends up happening is that method, yeah, it might be good for the time being, but what's going to keep you from placing like a bet later? Like, I mean, you got to have, it needs to be a lesson learned. That's what I'm getting at. There needs to be at one point you need to fucking, because, you need to have that moment where gambling's in runs. It's gonna go up and down. It's like a stock. You're gonna be high, low. If you're doing it right, you're gonna know that you're gonna start noticing that you're gonna go running into waves, right? So right now your stock's been high, but you got to always look at it as like, so every bet that I place, you gotta zero it out. You gotta just pretend that it never happened, because what ends up happening, it's like that fucking old school fucking Nokia, that snake game where you're fucking chasing your tail. You don't want to be chasing it. You just gotta you always gotta hit the reset button. So whether or not having that, I would be fucking pissed if someone was pulling me off the table, because I would tell you that there's a lot of games.
Well, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of the David Cho method, because it kind of keeps you from falling into your own traps. You know what I mean?
It's like
Yeah.
So and like to give some context, David Cho, he's an artist who he's fucking super crazy. He made, I think, like a few $1 million gambling. And then he went to Japan and like punched a cop in the face and got thrown in prison for like
oh shit.
and like lost it all, and then came back out and made a bunch of millions of more dollars gambling again. And then the reason he's super rich now is because he started painting, and some dude from Facebook back before it was like it blew up, he had him paint a mural, and he was like, I'll give you either $60K or I'll give you a shit ton of Facebook stock. And he took the Facebook stock.
Oh shit.
And it turned into like fucking $200 million or something.
Damn.
And like now he sells each one of his paintings for like fucking 200, 300K. And
Yeah.
he lives in a mansion. Dude, this guy's crazy. He lives in a mansion, but he's like obsessed with keeping himself uncomfortable, and so that he's like artistic and like creative all the time, because his thing was like comfort is the killer of creativity. And so his house is all fucked up. He spray paints all over the walls, and it's like a big fucking huge mess everywhere, and like there's like ants and shit, like so he lives in this big mansion in LA, but it's all fucked up. And he does it kind of like on purpose to keep himself mentally uncomfortable, to constantly always like create
content,
create art and shit, which keeps making him a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, that dude's got some crazy, like his gambling philosophy is fucking nuts.
Did I ever tell you? Did I ever tell you guys my Tyson story?
No.
Wait, what?
Wait, what do you mean? You have
what?
a Tyson
hold
story?
on. What?
All right. So my uncle. So at the time, I was shit. I didn't meet Tyson. So just for the record, I didn't meet him. This is a Tyson. This is a Tyson bet that went wrong. Okay. So I was shit. I don't know.
You have a lot of stories that went wrong with bets.
And this was just I'll never forget this. So my uncle, it's crazy because at the time he was my aunt's boyfriend, right? And we went to Lake Tahoe, and it was like one of my first times I like went snowboarding. And I was a kid, I was learning how to snowboard. And anyway, I just me being the, I had a little gambling in me. Like I'd fucking shoot dice, at school. We used to play for fucking goddamn Marvel cards,
What the fuck? Wait,
Yeah.
how old were you?
Oh, I was a goddamn 4th, 5th grade.
Oh my god!
Wait, you guys would shoot dice for what cards?
For like Marvel and like so like we would get like these Marvel cards.
The fuck is a Marvel card?
It's like Wolverine, right?
Oh,
yeah,
Marvel, like the comics.
Yeah. Marvel, yeah, like
okay.
So they used to have, so like they had like these janky fucking cards, and then all of a sudden, in my time, this one fucking actually collecting cards is sick. Like you'd roll around, with fucking baseball cards and all this other shit. I didn't have fucking money. I was always hustling, and I was always on the grind. So, right when I knew like, oh, gambling, I'm like, that's the thing with gambling. I'm like, you know what? I have to fucking make my own fucking money. I have to figure this shit out. So I would shoot dice, and it was for cards, and then that turned into money. But so anyway, I felt like I was a pro gambler, and here I am at Tahoe snowboarding, and my soon-to-be uncle, one of my favorite uncles, this fucking guy, I love this. This is a guy that has not learned his lesson, and this is the best part of it. So this is my Tyson story.
Let's go.
This motherfucker, we're going through the casino and he's telling me, I don't know, keep in mind, I didn't know. Now this all makes sense, the terminology. So this guy's telling me he's going to bet on Tyson. This is when Tyson fought Holyfield for the first time, I believe.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
And
It was like 97, right? 90.
fuck, I have no idea.
Around there.
Yeah.
Around there. And it was at the point where I was walking through the casino and I was like, oh shit, fucking, my eyes lit up and we're walking through Caesars. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, and they won't allow you to even fucking walk near a table. Like, so I had to they have like an area that you could walk to go to our room. And I'm like, what a tease. Like all I wanted to do was just watch people fucking play cards or do whatever the fuck. Cause again, I watched Casino. I watched a lot of movies where they had some gambling in it. So I'm like, it'd be fucking, it looks fun. You want to see what's up, and I thought, craps. So I'm like, I want to see, craps live. So anyway, so now we get to the Tyson fight, and my soon-to-be uncle, I'll never forget this, dude. My fucking Theo Carlos, I'll never forget this motherfucker's like, hey, he goes, this is a fucking, he showed me shit that at the time didn't make any fucking sense, but now he showed me, this guy had pretty much Tyson on every card to win. Tyson to knock fucking Holyfield out. Tyson to last 5 rounds. Tyson this, Tyson that, Tyson everything, right?
Every prop bet there is.
Every fucking prop bet, every fucking, so now it's live. And we're watching, so at Caesar's at the Palace, they had this one room where it was like a big, it was like an auditorium. It's like watching a fucking theater.
Yeah.
And we're watching the fight. And and this one, boxing was fucking entertaining, and I'm thinking, and I think Tyson just got out. Like I don't know, I don't know. I remember seeing Tyson when I was younger, but I was thinking in my head, I'm like, I just I didn't know much about him. I'm just like, damn, I just know this fucking guy knocks fools out in like 2 seconds.
This guy's fucking many.
So now we're watching the fight, right? And I'll never forget this. We're watching it, and in my mind, I'm thinking like, Tyson, he wasn't losing. But I was thinking, all right, in Tyson fights, if a round goes by, you're thinking, damn, he didn't knock dude out. Like, he might be losing this match. You know what I mean? Like, it's one
his
of those.
fights ended like in the first like fucking 3 rounds, bro.
And I'll never forget this, right? So we're watching it, and I can see, my uncle, he's kind of like, his fucking shirt's off. He's fucking getting into it. No, he has his fucking. He has his just a white beater on.
He's got the wife beater on.
He has the white beater on, and he's sitting there and he's fucking he's pacing, right? So he's getting into it, and we're like, this is an auditorium and shit. I'm thinking, I'm with my aunt at the time. Shit, she was like 20s, in her 20s, and
wait, your Thea? What the hell?
Yeah, he's a young buck,
All right, keep going.
Yeah, this one when I was like, she was like 28. I don't know. I don't fucking know how old my fucking Thea was at the time. But anyway, he's fucking, he has money on the line, and I'll never forget this. It's round 3, right? And fucking, he's like, shit. He's like talking about how he's like, oh, like he's telling his bets to everyone. He's like, I have it locked up. Like, he's telling me that he cannot lose.
Oh my god!
He said, and I'll never forget this. On quote, he goes, "The only way I could lose is if somehow this fight's disqualified, right?"
Oh god!
So all of a sudden, we're sitting there. It's round 3.
Dude, I know where this is going. Oh,
and he bites.
fuck!
He bites Holyfield, right? And all of a sudden, everyone's kind of like, everyone's sitting there like what just happened?
What the fuck just happened? Yeah.
The announcers are talking, right? Now keep in mind, this is what people forget. The motherfucker bit him twice, right?
Yeah, it kept going. He bit
him. So when he bit him the first time, I'm telling you, this auditorium was loud as fuck, and everyone was like, it was like you could hear a fucking pin drop. It was that quiet for like a split second. And all of a sudden, they were like, oh, like, Holyfield was like, let's fucking go. Like, they were going at it for like fucking like 2, like, there was like 2 or 4 seconds. It felt like fucking a minute, right? But Holyfield was like I don't think I think the adrenaline was so high that he didn't know he was bit.
It didn't register in his head like, yo,
And
I just
they
got
were
bit.
You're bit enough.
And they were fucking chunking it. And my uncle, he's getting up and he's like, bite that motherfucker, right? He's getting all into it, right? All of a sudden, you hear the announcer going, he's biting it. He's still biting him.
He bit him twice.
He bit him twice. And all of a
Twice.
sudden, I'm telling you, I have never. My uncle fucking just froze. He's like, what? Like, what happened? Everyone in the fucking auditorium is just dead quiet. This guy, for a minute's like, I got this fucking fight in the bag. This guy's fucking sitting there, fucking has his fist in the air, and all of a sudden, you know, and now everyone's rushing the fucking ring, and no one knows what the fuck's going on, right? Because this is shit like I don't know if anything like this ever happened, but
Nothing like that has ever happened in boxing, bro. This
And-
guy
and
spit out his mouth guard
First and last time.
and he fucking bit him.
I actually have never even seen the footage of that.
Oh, I've seen it. I saw it live.
I saw, yeah. And so anyway, fucking, you know, I was just like, holy shit. And you want to talk about this is the life of I knew where I'm like, in my mind, I don't know how the fuck that should have been a lesson learned to never bet on a sport or never bet on a fight. I walk with my uncle. This motherfucker didn't say a word for fucking a solid 30 minutes. We were walking, and this guy, I'll never forget this. Like, I'm excited to see my cousins. I'm ready to be like, oh, this dumb fuck fucking just lost hella money. Thinking he's hella tight. Hey, he thought he was sick as fuck, right? This guy, hey, he doesn't say a peep. Like, I'm kind of spooked. I'm like,
fuck.
I'm laughing like I'm like I wanna bust up laughing, but I'm also like, I think my uncle might knock me the fuck out right now. and you know, I'm walking, and this guy has like a solid 10-foot pace ahead of us, and we get down to the end of the strip, and this guy looks to the skies and he just yells out, "Why?"
Oh my god.
He's like, and then just starts every fucking swear word is like, fucking Tyson, that motherfucker. Oh my god, blaming the fucking, yelling to the high heavens. Oh, like you would have thought. Oh, this guy was
How much money do you think he lost?
You know what? I asked him one time. I think he bet. My uncle's a baller, so I want to say like at the time because he had money, so I want to say like he had probably like I want to say 5-10 grand.
Oh
my god!
Yeah, fuck.
Because this bet, I remember this. My memory, I'll never forget. But I remember a dollar figure that he mentioned as far as when he said. I remember him saying something like, "Oh." He goes, the one of the ones that he like guaranteed that Tyson would last 5 rounds, right? Or 5 or 6 rounds. And that, and again, because he was like, he was convinced Tyson was gonna fucking just win, knock this fucking guy out. But then he was also like, Holyfield's good, so he might fucking like he just might win in the decision, but he's like, Tyson doesn't go to decisions. So in his mind, if Tyson knocks dude out, he wins everything. Tyson wins, all his bets are all good. The thing is that like the biggest one, when I think this was his hedge bet, that Tyson was gonna last at least 6 rounds, and that's what fucking I think that I remember him saying like 2,500 on that or some shit, but I want to say this bet had to be at least fucking 5 to 10 grand. I mean, shit, the way he was walking, that was no $100 bet, you know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, who the fuck can expect their fighter to literally bite the other fighter's fucking ear off, man? That's never happened again. And honestly, I've never seen that footage, but I never actually questioned it. He did it on purpose, or like what? He did.
Yeah,
right?
he fucking.
It was a real retaliation of a headbutt.
That's fucking insane, man.
I don't even. You know what? You have to. I think we all need to rewatch that footage because if I remember clearly, I remember that he it was the 3rd round, I believe, and a second because Tyson was actually like he was winning. He was losing, on the cards, but he was he was gaining momentum, and then he bit the fucking guy, right? And as he bites him, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I think he was getting annoyed because Holyfield was tying him up. I think that's where it got. He got mad because they were like getting fucking tied up too much. And I think Tyson he got fucking heated, and that's when he bit him the first time. And then fucking after that, he pulled a fucking what's that guy's name? Suarez or who's that fucking?
Yeah, Luis Suarez.
Oh man, I think that's where he got it from. He fucking that motherfucker.
I mean,
well, it's like all right. So I just looked at it right now.
It's a freak accident.
Mike Tyson and Holyfield fought for the first time in '96, and then Holyfield won controversially because of the headbutt, and then they get a rematch the next year in '97. That's why I shout out '97 because I knew that's when the fucking the biting took place because Tyson got into the fight. He wanted to redeem himself, and this motherfucker kept on fucking headbutting. So he got frustrated and he bit him. And he bit him again. He bit him twice in that fight. He got disqualified in the third round. So it's like straight up like it was a retaliation on Holyfield's part. That's why he did it in the first place.
So this is the second. So they fought prior to that.
They fought in '96.
Oh, okay.
And then they fought again in '97. That's where the biting took place.
Yeah, I mean, put it this way. I think they fought one more time. If my memory serves me correct, I'm almost positive they fought one more time.
Let me look it up. I don't think they did though, to be honest.
Either way, man, it's gotta fucking suck to lose.
But here,
5 to 10 G's on a freak accident like that.
But here's the thing, though, right? Is that every better or something? There's something crazy that goes on. So that's when you start thinking, is shit rigged? Is it not rigged?
Yeah.
I'll tell you. That's where it just takes one of those because that was obviously something major, right? Like you don't see shit like that. But then also think about it, like all these comebacks and shit like that. Like I'm telling you. Obviously that was fucking clear as fuck. That was clear as fucking day that we all knew that once he bit him, he was fucked, right? But literally like tore fucking like majority of his like earlobe off. But you're gonna start asking yourself if you start losing these bets, you're start questioning like you're gonna look at it as like a Tyson fight, like what the fuck just happened? Like that's where the betting. I mean, a lot of the fucking games I've seen are fucking like I don't know how you do it. Like that for betting on fights. Again, that shit is fucking. That is way too stressful. That's because anything can happen, right? Like I mean, shit, man. Did he need to bite him? I mean, shit. You go like a disqualification, like something stupid. Someone takes a fucking wrong hit. I mean, I don't know how they measure live bets in fighting. Yeah. So you doing that's crazy to me. I mean, I don't know how they do that.
No, yeah. I was talking to Omar about it earlier, because he's starting to gamble and stuff. And it's like, it's like opening a different layer. Like if this was an onion, it's like peeling off a layer. You're starting to realize like, oh shit. Like for the people, the simpletons like me, I don't gamble, so I don't know what the fuck is actually going on. But like when you look at sports and when you look at fighting, you start to realize like, there's like a whole other level to this, and there's people that have money on the line. So then when you start to see some controversial shit, it goes into the back of your head. Was this a fucking setup? You know what I mean? Like, did someone tell Tyson to throw the fight away because you had the what you guys talked about earlier, the fucking the
hedging your bet?
Yeah, hedging your bet. Like, whether you go left or right, like you're gonna come up with some money. And like I remember that, like for me, like 96, 97 was I was a little baby at that time, but I remember when Mayweather fought Victor Ortiz, and Ortiz headbutted him early in the fight, and the referee broke it up and said, hey, that was an illegal headbutt, and Victor Ortiz goes to Mayweather to apologize and hug him, and then Mayweather beats the crap out of him, and you're like, was this fucking set up?
That was in like
That was in like '08 or like that was not that long ago. Yeah.
Did Ortiz? I'm drawing a blank on the fighter, but did oh my god, what is his name? What the fuck? De La Hoya. Didn't he beat Ortiz?
No, De La Hoya fought Pacquiao, and it was a fucking.
No. Before Pacquiao, who did he fight like in like 2000? Look this one. Who did he fight like in 2003? What was that one cat that he fought? Like it was like his last good fight. Like in my opinion, that was like one of the best fights I've seen De La Hoya
He's
fight.
fought like Ober Carr. He's fought like fucking Tito or Tito. Tito. He's fought fucking
I'm gonna have to look. Who the fuck was this guy?
Mosley.
This guy,
He's fucking fought like fucking.
no, this is a Mexican cat he fought. It
He
was
fought it's the Fernando Vargas.
Vargas. That's his fucking name.
Yeah.
That fucking guy put on pounds. I was just
yeah, he did.
Sorry, dude. I've literally been struggling with
This guy's been fucking struggling with the mic, but he's back.
The microphone arm like told me to fuck myself and like fell off the table and I couldn't get it back on, but we're good now.
Yeah, Fernando Vargas.
Yeah, Fernando Vargas. I just had to pull that shit up because I was watching fucking. There's this movie on called Alpha Dog. Crazy fucking, and the movie that makes this trippy. Fucking, I don't smoke weed anymore. But when I used to get high, fucking, when I moved to Santa Barbara, this is where Vargas comes in. This is what tripped me the fuck out. So there's a movie on Netflix right now. Have you guys ever seen Alpha Dog?
Nah.
Mm-mm.
So Alpha Dog came out in like fucking 2006 or some shit. It's with this one guy who tries to play all hard. He's like this fucking nerdy white boy. Justin Timberlake's in it. But anyway, it's about this fucking movie where this dude was on. So it's about this kid who is about like 25, 26, selling. He's selling weed, selling pounds of weed. And the motherfucker gets his dad's like up in the game, and dude, he ends up like crossing paths with this one guy that owes him like a couple grand, and they start funking it. And anyway, the dude that owes homeboy money, he's like a drug addict, and fucking the dude that slangs, he ends up kidnapping dude's little brother, and they end up killing him, right? So
What
they
the
end up
fuck?
so it's called so anyway, the reason why I'm bringing this shit up because first off, this you guys just brought me back. Vargas is in that movie, and he just fought
What?
at the time. Yeah, he's in that movie, and I remember watching it, and I remember thinking, man, I'm like, damn. So there was this one girl I was trying to fuck, right? It took me forever. It was like the fucking
Yeah.
one badass bitch. And I'm in Santa Barbara, and I'm high, and this had me fucking tripped out. We're in this little area where I was just visiting at the time. I was in high school, and I remember just thinking in my head, I'm like, fuck, dude. I remember I'm like, damn, I'm high as fuck, and I'm starting to think, like, do I really want to? Hey, because when my high started getting there, it was in that level of high when you start you start questioning life, right? You're like, I'm asking myself, do I really want to move to Santa Barbara? Do I not? Because at the time, my whole plan was, I wanted to go to San Francisco, or I wanted to go to like San Diego, right? That's like I wanted to go somewhere. I just didn't know where. So like, so I was like, fuck it, they had a good city college to go into the university, and when I was visiting Santa Barbara, I was in this one trail, and I see a picture of this kid, and they have like a like they did like a little like memorial type thing where it was like a picture of this dude, and I'm asking this girl, I'm like, hey, what's up with this like someone die here, like climbing the rock, and now I'm tripped out, I'm all eeried out, like I'm like, ew, like what the fuck, like I ain't trying to fucking hike on this trail. And she goes, oh, some dude got murdered. She's like, you didn't hear about that? I'm like, no, I didn't hear about this. She's like, yeah, I guess she's like, it's like some shit went down and some dude got murdered and he was found here. And the story was never clear. And this is like, I forgot all about it. I was fucking high, and then that fucking movie comes out, and I'm like, oh shit! I was like, that's what that girl was talking about, like the area that I was at. So this movie's about a real life thing where, this kid, this fucking idiot for $3,000, the dude that owed him, he ends up kidnapping the guy that owes him money. That dude's brother gets kidnapped by the dude who's trying to collect. So he ends up fucking kidnapping this fool's little brother, and they're kicking it with this fool. Like, they're kicking it with them like it's all good. And in Santa Barbara, every August, August 3rd to August 5th or some shit like that, they have this thing called Fiesta. Hella fun. You go to have you guys been to Santa Barbara?
No.
I've been. It's pretty sick.
So in August, they have a thing called Fiesta, and on the main strip on State Street, this is the downtown area, everyone's getting fucked up. Everyone has like these eggs with like fucking, like they're cracking them on people. Everyone's drinking, everyone's fucking partying, everyone's just it's a good fucking time. And anyway, it was during that fucking time, and homeboy, yeah, he got fucking kidnapped, and he got fucking they end up killing this fool for like over just the dude only owed $3,000. Dude was making hella money, and that guy was on the FBI most wanted list for like 8 years. Like he got caught like 12 years ago. His name's
What?
yeah, his name's Jesse James or some shit like that. The type of like Jesse James, like fucking Santa Barbara killing or some shit. Yeah, this dude was like hiding out in that's what this trippy movie. It's called Alpha Dog. It's fucking the movie is a real life thing, but it trips me out because every time I watch that motherfucker, it brings me back to going like when I was trying to fuck this one broad that took me like a year to fuck this broad. Then I'm thinking about how high I was when I was looking at this fucking picture of this fucking kid that was murdered, and I'm thinking, how'd this fool get murdered? And then this fucking movie comes out, and now I'm watching fucking Vargas. I'm like, okay, this fool just got knocked out by Holyfield. Or not Holyfield, De La Hoya.
Oscar,
yeah, De La Hoya, and the fucking. All these things are, it was like one of those trippy fucking moments where I'm thinking like, damn, that's fucking some crazy fucking shit. Yeah, that's a real life, a true story of fucking this dude. Yeah,
man, I'm not gonna lie.
I fucking lost you, bro.
Yeah, I lost you. You fucking lost me, man. I was pouring a drink and then fixing these cables.
God damn.
It sounded like a crazy fucking story.
No, this was you got me.
Hold on.
You got me thinking of Vargas and fucking. We were talking about
Caesar, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Oh, I do.
What about aliens?
I say yeah.
Yeah, think about that one.
Think about that one.
Yeah, think about that one.
I'm gonna say there's some shit out there. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, for sure.
There's definitely some shit out there.
All right, because here's what I'm asking. So, for like the past 6 months, probably longer, dude, I've been stuck on these ghost hunter shows, right? Like, Jaime already knows where I'm going with this. So look, there's these shows where the fools just go out to like these super haunted locations or whatever. They lock themselves in there overnight and they just document everything with like cameras and all this shit, right? Okay. I want to do this shit for a living, dude. I want to literally just lock myself in these fucking places and just see what's up, dude. Because, I don't know, man. Like, is it bullshit or is it not bullshit? That's all I'm saying.
What, ghosts?
No, like the shit that they're like documenting and all that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know, is it scripted? Is it not scripted? Like,
are you talking about like ghost hunters and all that?
Yeah.
Oh, that shit is fucking scripted, bro.
Well, but is it? I don't know.
I
don't know,
bro.
I don't know.
Come on.
But that's,
come on. Here's the thing with those things, and this is one thing. Now, this is where the brain fucks with you, because as you're watching it, as you're seeing it. Now, do I believe that these fucking guys believe that there is some shit out there? Yes, 100%. At the time, the shit that they're filming, no. I would say that is
Yeah, it's
none
straight
of
up
that
bullshit.
is real.
Yeah.
But do I believe that in some cases, if they were to do that, that's not aired, you know,
Some shit would happen.
Some shit out there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
Okay.
you know, like,
well, let me ask both of you. So, okay, let's just say you guys think it's bullshit. Does that mean that you'd be down to go? Like, let's say there's like some super haunted insane asylum that's like fucking
fuck
huge.
no.
Would you? Okay, why not? If it's bullshit.
Well, all right. Here's the thing.
There's a difference of if I believe some shit's out there, I ain't trying to fuck with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, so sorry. I think the point we're trying to point across is like, there's people that are super into this shit, and somehow they picked up a fucking TV contract, and now it's on like fucking Discovery Channel or all that bullshit. The shit that they show us to the public, that's all fucking fabricated. It's like Jersey Shore. You know what I mean? Like half of the shit that happened on Jersey Shore
maybe
didn't happen on camera. It's just like the shit that we see on camera is either fabricated, scripted, or
I see what you mean. Like, because they can't just go to a place,
yeah,
and make an episode and nothing happens. Like they have to like make some shit happen.
They have to make some shit happen for entertainment purposes. Now, do I think that like these type of energies exist and there's like this what's the word? It's like supernatural phenomenon. I believe that shit is out there. I believe in energy, if anything else.
Because that's what always gets people. It's like people are like, oh no, it's bullshit. So it's like, okay, well then
let's go.
Yeah, well then you'd be down.
Let's go to fucking what's that place in San Jose?
The Winchester.
Let's go fucking there at midnight and see some shit pops.
Oh no, like get locked in there. Like,
I'm sure shit would pop off. I'm sure shit.
Yeah, and then that's when people are like, no, I wouldn't do that. But then it's like, well, why? You just said it's bullshit. You know?
I would say the shit.
But here's the thing though. Here's the complete difference. There's a difference of watching some shit on TV for like the way they're filming it, right? Now, don't get me wrong. If you told me I was a contestant on there, I was like a guest, I guess appeared on that shit, I'm sure they could scare the fuck out of me by like, you know, but again, it's, are you asking yourself, like, do you want to know, like if a ghost happened to fucking pop out, right? Would you want to be in a fucking asylum that you're fucking locked yourself into? Would you really want to be stuck in there? I wouldn't even want to be in there if you told me some crackhead was rolling around in there. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be in there with some potential spirit or fucking ghost, because this is what I believe in. I believe in that. That again, I believe that these fools think, you know, again, it depends on, like, these guys have certain shit labeled in completely fucking different things. People think that they see past relatives. Some motherfuckers think that there's like demons or looking, you know what I mean? Like it's like, what are they specifically looking for? Because I'll tell you this much. There's a study, and this is where I think this study is bullshit. So do you guys ever get that when you wake? So this is my ghost story. Fucking, this is why I believe in them. Or I don't know if I would call it a ghost, fucking demon moment, a fucking spirit. But growing up, I used to watch a lot of scary movies. My fucking my aunt and uncle, they this is when back in the day they didn't give a Mexican families don't give a fuck, dude. They're rated R shit. They're like, they throw it on. They're like,
they
hey,
really don't give a shit.
They don't give a fuck. You know, like you go to, and again, you know, there's other families you go to. You're like, yeah, I saw Chucky. They're like, at that age, you know. So anyway, you know, I was watching shit, but don't get me wrong, I was quick to be like, damn, that was scary as fuck, right? Like, so you know, so anyway, my fucking ghost story was, you know that feeling that you have. Do you ever get when you're like kind of like half awake, half asleep, but it feels like you can't move,
sleep
like
paralysis.
You feel like paralyzed?
Sleep paralysis, yeah.
So here's the fucking. So I believe in sleep paralysis, but I also think there's a fine line where there's a spirit. Now this is why I fucking say that.
You got a witch sitting on your chest?
Oh my, yes.
I know exactly what he's talking about. And
here's my ghost story. I'll never forget this fucking shit. I was fucking in high school. And anyway, I was like, I couldn't really fucking sleep, and now I'm passed out in my dream. So in high school, my last year, this stupid fucking broad, my English teacher, I hope she's fucking dead now. This bitch was fucking the worst. She was the worst fucking teacher. So so our class, she was just a narc. And I had to take night school because of this broad, because this is my own fault. I got caught fucking cutting class, and I was the clerk for the principal. So I would always, me being fucking just Mr. Slickster, I'd be like, hey, the principal, but I would grab the fucking attendance sheet and I would always mark myself tardy, and this bitch caught me, so I had to take night school. So now, so she caught me. So now I'm taking night school. So now in my dream, I have a dream where I'm in night school, and it's one of those fucking dreams where I was calling my mom, and it's one of those dreams where you're kind of like, you're in the same dream, but like different shit's happening in the dream. Like in my dream, I was in night school. It was fucking, it felt realistic as fuck. Then all of a sudden, I'm calling my mom. I can't get a hold of her in my dream. Realistic as fuck. I'm starting to get kind of spooked. Now I'm walking, and I'll never forget. I look, and it looks like I'm fucking about 100 yards away, but there's a fucking there's a wall and there's a light post. And in my dream, I could see this fucking light post and the light illuminating on the fucking wall, clear as fuck. Like you just like imagine like you have a flashlight on a wall and you can see that light, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm seeing. And all of a sudden I hear this noise. You know when you turn like the fucking speakers up, like if you have like old school fucking like the amp, if you were to fucking put up the volume, you didn't hear the volume, but you knew it was gonna be loud because you would just hear like the
a static.
So that's all I hear is this fucking noise. And I look in my dream, I'm looking, and there's this fucking black, I'm not kidding, like a shadow, right? And I am like spooked as fuck. In my dream, I am running, and I am running fucking beyond fast, like cheetah fucking fast. Like I fucking am a dead sprint. I keep looking back, no matter how far I get, the fucking thing, I could see it just as clear, this fucking black fucking little fucking spirit thing. And I hear that noise. All of a sudden, I look back in my dream, fucking thing is gone. All of a sudden, I'm like, wait a minute. In my dream, I look, I hear that noise, I turn around, that fucking thing jumps on me. I am trying to wake myself up. I can hear that fucking noise. I'm trying to open my eyes.
You're like trying to like scream, wiggle your toes.
I'm trying to scream.
Yeah.
I get up, and I'm telling you, like, I get up instantly, and I'm sweating, my fucking heart's racing, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I am like, what the fuck? And that whole next day, I was straight tripping.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the whole fucking day. And I was telling everyone, my homies, I'm like, dude, like, what's up, dude? I'm like, fuck. I ended up cutting school the next day because I'm like, fuck that. Like, I went to my homie's house. I was like, yo, like, yeah, I don't know if I was one where if I cut class, it wasn't like in the moment. I would tell myself, like, you know what? I would tell my, like, it would always be like a beach day. We'd go to the beach, Half Moon Bay, we get fucked up, and I'd be like, you know what? I was like, I told my homie, I'm like, yo, I'm not going to school today. He's like, he's like, why? And I'm like, fuck, I just didn't sleep.
So, C's real quick, and we'll wrap this up soon. But that what you just explained is actually like a super common phenomenon for anybody who's ever experienced sleep paralysis. For some reason, anybody who experiences that same situation where their body's like asleep and their mind's awake, they're trying to wake up, they always see like these shadow people. It's happened to me fucking at least like 20 times. And I wake up fucking screaming, dude, because it feels so real.
But here's the thing, though. Here's my question for you, though. Is that so that next night I have a dream thinking about that shit, and the same shit happens. So where does it become a coincidence? And also, where does it come to a point where we're like, when you start believing in shit? Because I'm explaining it to you, and you're like, you know, I'm explaining it, and some people are like, oh, that's sleep paralysis. But then also, it's the same way that if Jaime and I were watching one of your shows, we'd be like, that shit's fixed, right? So like, where is the
yeah, I get.
like,
What
where's
you're
the proof? Like, in your
yeah.
like, what are you looking for? Is what I'm getting at. Like, fuck
Yeah.
that. If you told me, let's go to the whatever that fucking
Winchester
still this
Mystery
day,
House.
I've
Yeah.
I'm not going there. I'll tell you this much. Like, I'm not one of those guys that spooks this shit. But if you told me this fucking place supposedly was haunted or a motherfucker died there, I am fucking cool. I am not. I do not.
Yeah, because
want
like,
any part
why
of
would
that
you
shit.
go looking for it?
Well, here's my idea. I just want to go to like a location like that, get locked in there overnight, and do a podcast. I think that'd be pretty fucking fun.
Oh wow! And then we have fucking
Think about it.
Ghost McGee on the fucking on the mic.
Well, think about it, man. Like we're sitting in like this big fucking huge area that's like haunted or whatever, right? We're locked in there overnight, and we're just podcasting from like, 10 p.m. till like 6 a.m. Just all fucking night with like 6 people or something, whatever, like a group of people. That would be a good fucking time. Come on now.
I mean, I don't know.
That's yeah. I'm about to take. That's a no for me, dog. That is a.
By the way,
that's a hard no.
All these like scenarios I make up in my head where like I'm like, oh, I want to be on this ghost hunting show. By the way, like I definitely would not do that if I wasn't pissed drunk. These fools they're crazy. I would not, bro. They like walk into like Dracula's fucking dungeon, in Romania by themselves and just sit there in the dark, bro. Like I'm not doing that shit unless I'm piss fucking drunk and I don't give a shit. That's the only way you get me to do that is I gotta be piss drunk to where I don't care.
The only way you're gonna get me on that. See, right now, Harry's telling me, "Fuck no," right? But you gotta get
Harry on Harry.
Hey, you get but you give Harry a little Jack Daniels, he's gonna be like, you give Harry Jack Daniels, he's gonna be like, hey, I'll say some shit.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Do it, fucking do it.
Oh, I would have,
room full of people with a little Harry and little Jack Daniels,
Oh, Harry would walk off with no cloak on. He'd be like, fuck this.
He was like, I know that fucking spell, the fucking
you go in there looking for Dracula.
I got my Patronus charm. I got this shit.
Yeah, he would not be tripping, but yeah, that's the
show I want to do. Everybody on Harry. Everybody on Harry.
Everybody, that's gonna happen pretty soon.
And then just like bottles of whiskey going around.
It'd be the weirdest.
I wouldn't give a fuck.
Most epic episode ever.
Literally, like, the devil could appear, and I'd be like asking him a question. So what do you think about this fight coming up, motherfucker?
You're gonna start. You're gonna. That's the part that's crazy because when I hear it from you, that's the one the part that I do miss about betting is that I will say I do the sick part of me. I go on ESPN. I like to today he actually had me looking at fucking. I actually looked up a couple fights on my site, and it's one of those things where you can't, like, I would get excited. Like, it was like a little kid because I'm thinking in my head, I'm already thinking of bets that I was going to make. And then I had my bet that I knew I was excited for. So, like, I was like, all right, I have my little whatever fucking bets. But then you have that one bet that you're excited for.
I'm in the deep end.
I mean, you're in a good part. I mean, here's the one thing I'm going to say. And you're going to get this from everyone. You're winning right now. You're doing well. You know your shit. So it's a trend, meaning that like the fighters, because obviously, like everything that you've been researching and studying, this has been like just an ongoing thing that you just know. So, again, the biggest mistake is you don't want to overthink it, but also don't think that you have it completely figured out.
Oh, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're comfortable with the amounts that you're betting and shit like that, that's fine. But then you have to ask yourself too, like, is there a time where you actually want to make a profit off it? You know, because that's where people make like I'm not saying like you need to make a big bet, but it goes into
It's coming very soon.
you know, like, is there a fight that's coming up where you're like, you know what, you were talking about that fight last time, you know, and it's just like, is there a fight in there that you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna bet a little bit more, you know, but then again, you just don't want to.
I'm gonna put 10 grand on Canelo. I've committed mentally.
But see, here's the thing, though, is that those are the fights, the bigger ones are the ones that you wanna, you know, you want to stay away from, because I will tell you that that's one that
That's
you know,
too high profile.
It's just too high profile. There's gonna be a lot of money on that. You know, there's gonna be a lot of shit that's going down. You know, so you gotta. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, if you have it, you know, maybe you get a feel for it on one of these games that your fights that are coming up. Maybe you just bump up the bet a little bit more. Because that's what happened to me. You're doing parlays. I started off with mine started off with baseball, and I was baseball and basketball. I would do a parlay. I would do 3 teams. I would do a baseball game, and then I would do 2 because I knew baseball really well. And I was like, oh, this is easy. I was like, I'm just gonna pick so I picked baseball, even though, again, you know, it's not like so I'd pick the one, you know, with the pitcher, because there was a lot of low scoring games. So I'd always pick baseball, and I would do like 2 basketball games. And I got to the point where I was like, that risky one, I was like, well, fuck, because in your parlay, Omar, I guarantee there's always a bet that, you know, like in your mind, like that should win no matter what. Like you have one that, like the minus 500, you're like, this one is a fucking wrap. So that's where I started increasing my bet, going, why am I going to watch all these other 4 fights? Why don't I just bet all the money on that one fight and not watch 2 risky ones and one that is kind of like, you know, maybe 70%er? Why not bet on the one that's like, in my mind, 100%?
I agree. Unfortunately, looks like our SD card here is kind of at the end of its ropes. But
we gotta wrap this shit up.
I want to leave everybody out there. Hope you guys learned a little bit from Caesar's kind of like speeches on betting. I know I learned a lot. Ghost hunting, I definitely want to do it. If anybody's out there down to do it with me, let's fucking go for it. I got to be piss drunk though. Xanax is good, but just don't overindulge, because then it's not good. But yeah, hope everybody enjoyed the podcast. Caesar, do you have any last thoughts for all the people out there?
Take Xanax, Jack Daniels, and go look for Ghost, you know?
Let's fucking go.
And fight a cop while you're at it.
And fight a cop, you know? Place a bet, fight a cop, go look for some ghosts. I mean,
yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
Let's go.
Within the same night. Well, shit, man. I think this has been a fun episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great night. I hope everyone's out there safe, and we'll catch you in the next one.
All right, fellas. Have a good night.
Thank you again for joining.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Pussy does not ever stink.
Oh my God.
Well, it don't. I mean, really.
Adios, motherfuckers. Make sure to add us on Instagram and Twitter at Plam Chowder.